Welcome along, everybody. Well, we've oh dear, I'm trying to sort this out. Give me 2 seconds. Can I move it? Oh, there we are. It's a track vote. I'm just trying to get this sorted. This is the first time I've done this. Track vote is live then, and we will hopefully be able to see what's going on here in the track vote. It's a different way of doing it, but there we go then. Come on, Mushroom and Reflection, vote tied again, says Stars. Good stuff indeed. Right then, yes, there's a bit of a rudimentary option then. We have got some different ways of doing the Discord vote. Then Monaco apparently is going to be the circuit according to the lobby at the moment, but it's a mix. Well, it's not really a mix. It's a mix of two between Netherlands and Azerbaijan. Then, as it stands, with Azerbaijan leading by 1 vote, then 2 votes for Singapore. But we've got only a couple more minutes left then to sort out the order. Then we're waiting for a few drivers as well. Then. So hopefully we can get them into the lobby. Where are we then? Bear with us 1 second. Whilst I get everything sorted. Of course, we've got another couple more minutes of the vote, so we'll wait and see then what happens there as well. Then let me get that off the screen. Let me see if I can see the results there actually as well. Then good stuff. And now we can see what the votes are doing here then. Sorry, I am new to this. I'm trying to get me screen to see what's going on my screen. So there we are then. Hopefully we can get everybody into the lobby then and get ourselves underway then for whatever track it's going to be then. It's either going to be Netherlands, Azerbaijan, and it doesn't look like it's going to be Singapore at the moment, but we might see a late surge on that one as well then. So let's find out there as we get ourselves loaded in then. And well, an interesting way to start off a stream. I don't think we've ever done something like this before, to be fair. So yeah, very good stuff indeed. And we will just get the comments up on the stream as well. Then good stuff indeed. Good evening from Jenna as well. Then I love a spa day, says Jenna as well. Then evening from Mushroom. Wrong race, says Smith. Says Jenna. Sorry, I'm upstairs. Says Serious Mushroom. He can't vote. Oh dear. But there we go then. We have got a couple more drivers to join the lobby. Then we've only got 3 minutes left of the vote then. So it looks like as it stands, it is going to be Azerbaijan. So that will be very interesting indeed. So we'll wait and see then if that's going to be the track chosen here tonight then as well. Then, of course, the voting will close in 2 minutes' time as everyone gets themselves into the lobby as well then. So we'll wait and see then as we get started. When we get started then, Ekwaz said ALR then. Big thank you to Ekwaz for hosting the lobby as usual as well then. Of course, he's a star in the lobby hosting sense as well then. And so I've got some comments then going in. Surprised people are voting for. I voted Singapore, says Styles. He's the only one. So he needs to change that vote then because I don't think Singapore's going to happen then. And so did Vess here as well then. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be Singapore unless a lot of things do change in the last minute or minute and a half or so then of the voting as well then. And we're going to get hopefully a couple more people into the lobby as well then. And here he comes then. Good stuff indeed. All right. Who's left to vote then, says Liam? Then who knows? Only 2 votes for Singapore, and then as it stands, but there we go then, and we will wait and see then what the final furore is going to be then in just under a minute's time now, as I should say, and we'll find out then what's going on then in the voting world as well then to finish off the vote very soon, hopefully. But we'll wait and see at 25 past then which track it is going to be. And as it stands, the votes have stood then 47%, then 8 votes there for Azerbaijan, then 7 votes is the Netherlands, then with 41%. And there we go, 2 votes for Singapore, then 12% for Singapore. Then so that will be that then. There we are. Well, we've got only a few seconds left to vote. I think it's going to be Azerbaijan because it doesn't seem to be changing anymore. So there we go then. Can reserves vote then, says Hungry Styles there as well then. Yes, they can then, because of course I've only got 2 reserves tonight, so they've been included in the voting channel. I think I'll leave it as it is then, says Kieran then. Well, we've got 25 past then on the dot then, and the voting then is done and dusted. Where am I looking? Looking at the wrong screen now. Sorry, bear with us 1 second whilst I try and get myself sorted. I'll see if I can end the poll. I don't know how to do that, but there we go. Okay, right then, it's going to be Azerbaijan then as well then. So that is that then, as the voting is done and dusted then. So we're going to Baku then for this round 8 then of the season as well then. Sorry about the confusion of how to do this because I am trying to do it on the fly really, but there we go then. the voting is done then for this round then, and there we are. Azerbaijan then is our winner, and I can get this screen off and hopefully go on to the next screen then as well then, and we can get started then as we load up then as well. A couple more people still to join then as well then, but hopefully they will be in just a jiffy, and I can get this screen off then, and we can look at the standings then, of course, for the 100% league as we get ourselves started then as well then, here in Baku then, of all places, and well, looking forward to this one then. This is going to be very interesting indeed as we get started as well then, in just a couple more minutes time then, as we run through the standings. Of course, Kieran leads the way then with 130 points then for the Kick Sauber, then 111 then for Vessia then in the Aston Martin, and then we've got Ekraz then making a slow charge into the top three as well then with 94 points there in the top of the order as well then. Good stuff indeed then for the top three drivers as it stands. Of course, we'll wait and see what happens to them in Baku then. Tori then in P4 then in the Williams then has just about dropped out there, but he's tied with Legend in P5 then in the Haas. Lewis Riley then in P6 there. Reflection in P7, Kaz in P8, then Cam in P9, and Hungry Stars rounds off the top 10 for now. In the constructor standings, we've got Kick Sauber leading the way then with 180 points there for, of course, for Kaz and for Kieran as well. Mercedes then with 156 points in P2, I should say. Then only 24 points, if I'm doing the maths right, off the top spot. Then we've got Racing Bulls then with 143 points as well. Then Haas then in P4. Aston Martin P5, then Alpine P6, Ferrari in P7, Red Bull P8, then McLaren P9, and Williams leading at the bottom of the table for now then as it stands, but of course that could change after this round as well then. Into the lobby then comes a couple more people, then we're just waiting for one more, I think, who's going to be joining us in qualifying there. So we'll be able to get started then in just a jiffy. And hopefully I've done all the parish notices now, so I can get back to the action. Good stuff. Right, then, can I get this back to... there we are. That's what I needed. There we go. We are ready to get going in just a moment's time then. Let me get a message out to one driver, and then we can just crack on then. And yeah, it won't be long before we get round 8 underway then here in the event league then. And I will get the message out then. We're ready to go. Fantastic. Right then, let's get going then here in Baku then. Of course, they've chosen the most treacherous circuit. I can't remember when we last had a 100% race around here, but I don't believe many finished, to be fair. So there we go then. Right, let's go again as we go through then, as we have got the Azerbaijan vote then in this round then. And we can tick on then to qualifying, and let's see how it goes then. We'll find out now, as we've got one more driver joining us in qualifying as well then. Good stuff indeed. Had to all the ways downstairs to vote. Hope you're happy now then. Go, says Mushroom there as well then. He is ready to go then in Baku then as well tonight. Looking forward to seeing how it goes, to be fair. Then we'll wait and see. It might be a full wet race. You never know. But yeah, we'll find out then in a moment's time. Then we'll get ourselves loaded in. Then we've gone through all the parish notices, and we are ready to start here in Baku then for this event league. Then season 6 and or the 5th season of the 100% league. Then it's the 6th season for the event league. It is round 8 tonight then as well. Then we'll wait and see then how it all unfolds as we load in then to Baku. Right then. Let's see how it all goes as we are now in the session, and we are ready to crack on then for this round as well. Then it's a well, it's a bit of a sunny start at least, so that's good as we get ourselves started then here in qualifying now then as well. Then let me have a look and see if I can get all the telemetries on my screens. Can do, and that's all ready to go then. Fantastic. Right, we can kick off qualifying then. It's going to be a, well, hopefully not a long one then. It depends how well the drivers are racing tonight then. We'll find out as we go through then, as we crack on then with round 8 then of season 6 of the event league then. Fantastic stuff indeed. And yeah, we can start. I'm just trying to get everything sorted off my phone so that I can actually see what's going on. And we are here. We're ready to go in qualifying then. The timer is ticking down then. We have started off the session. Let's see how many of the 17, or soon to be 18 hopefully when Tori joins, how many of the 18 will be able to see that checkered flag. Then I haven't got the audio on. That's a terrible thing to do indeed, and I've got it on now there. Good stuff. Racing Balls is going to be the one heading out on the circuit first. Let's see what Equise is up to then. Of course, a fantastic host. It's dry, says the mushroom then. Fantastic. Well, at least that will mean... Oh, what? Marky's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. What's happened to Marky then? Marky is... Oh, dearie me. Oh, God, it's starting to go wrong now. And Marky's out of qualifying here before we even got started. And I'm not sure what's happened, but the... Well, the Williams car then is been taken out, well not taken out, but he's been disqualified from the session completely. I mean, that car is in a bit of a dangerous spot as well, then that is not good for the cars coming out of the pit lane there as well. Then that is very odd. Crashed on the way out, then says Gina then. Potentially there, but I'm not sure what is going on down at Williams there, unless there was some sort of issue on the exit of the pit lane there. Hopefully Marky's all right, and he can have a few minutes off now and just rest and reset for the start of the race now as well, I suppose. That was very odd indeed, but what a way to start qualifying session then. I'm not sure exactly what happened there for Marky, but hopefully he is hopefully he's okay. Right, there we go then. Marky said he didn't get out of the pit lane, says Marky then, so there was some sort of issue down at the pit lane exit there for the Williams driver there, which is very odd indeed. Hello Alex, and evening all racers as well then. Good luck then from Kamara Racer then, our number 1 fan indeed. Need to have a wheel turn 90 degrees, says Gina then, as Equise then will set us underway here in Baku then as well then. Let's see what he can do then on the first outing of the session. And we've got hopefully one more driver joining later in qualifying as well then, so hopefully he can jump in now and get himself in. If he needs another invite, let him know to message me. Fantastic. Right, there we go then. So Equise then leads us away then, of course, through the streets then of Baku then. It's a nice sunny evening it looks like here in Baku then tonight, so that's not too shabby. And of course it's going to be dry for the race according to the mushroom then in the comments section as well then, so that's how it's going to play out then. It's all going to be down to speed and strategy and avoiding the walls, which is easier said than done, and it can be a bit difficult around this sort of circuit, can't it? So we'll wait and see how it all plays out for the drivers here tonight then. But yes, well, a bit of an odd one there for Marky then, of course, who had that incident on the exit of the pit lane, which disqualified him from the lap then, or disqualified him from the qualifying completely, didn't it? So a bit of an odd one that. Equise then rounding sector 3 then, or rounding into sector 3. Let's see what the Racing Bull driver can do then. Can he get himself on pole position? I'm sure he can, because he'll be the first driver then to set a time here in Baku tonight then, as we go towards that finish line then. The flags fluttering in the evening breeze here in Baku, as now the Racing Bull of Equise crosses the line. It's going to be a 140.0 then to set ourselves underway then. Lewis Riley has done a 40.3 in the Mercedes. Looking pretty good indeed. Then into the pits comes Marvsky, sorry. Srivatsa then goes fastest with a 39.7 then in the Haas there. Great stuff indeed then from Srivatsa as well there. Goodness me. Pretty quick times already then, as we're going to have one more time then. 40.6 then from Reflection puts him on the second row of the grid. Then we've got an Alpine of Prudish then with a 40.7, and looking good indeed then as well then for the Alpine machines then. 40.8 from Vessia then puts him on the third row of the grid. Then Liam with a 41.1 puts him P7 ahead of Cam, who's done a 43.2. Not sure if that was Cam's fastest time, but goodness me, that turn 2 looking dangerous there as well then for Cam then. I'm not sure what is going on. Here comes Dark Shadow then to a 43.1 then as well, puts himself P9 then ahead of Cam for now then as well. Then Legend might have something to say about that as well though. Let's see what Legend's got in his locker. Mercedes has had an issue. That's at the end. Where's it going? Tori has joined. Good stuff indeed. Legend then to the line. Let's see what Legend can do then as we head to that final lap. Then the final. I don't know what I'm talking about. 40.6 is what I'm talking about. P5 then for Legend then in the Haas. Then is T-Bait currently on pole position as it stands, looking pretty strong indeed as well. Good stuff indeed from Legend there. 11 drivers at that time. Then Marsky's back in the pit lane. Hungry Styles and Mushroom in the pits as well. Then Vintage also in the pits. Then Noise then out of the pit lane in the Alpine then on his outlap then. And Marky, of course, is stuck in the pit lane for this qualifying session at least. And yes, that was very strange indeed, wasn't it there? So there we go then. Tori then is going to join us as well in just a moment's time. Then he has jumped into the lobby, and we can get started then for the for the showdown of qualifying, of course, first. But then we've got, I don't know how many laps it is. Is it 56 laps? I think it is on Baku, 52 laps, something like that. Yeah, there we go then. So Tori then into the Williams car then is now in the session as well there. Good stuff indeed. So Noise then out on a lap, I should say. Then Kieran's unfortunately invalidated his time. Then Legend's coming back to the pit lane. Marsky's retired. That is in the pits as well then for Marsky. Then not sure what's happened to Marsky there as well then. He's had an issue. Vintage coming out on track now as well then. The Williams Tori then has just got himself in the lobby. Both the Ferraris then stuck in the pits as usual. Fantastic. Here comes the Alpine then, soon to start off a lap then here in Baku as well. Then let's see what he can do then, of course, with the battery then being charged up to the max then, so they can set his times alight then, heading through the kinks. And now on to the main straight then as well then, which I think is, apart from Spain, I think it's one of the longest straights in the calendar as well then. I'm not sure, I'd have to check the facts on that one again, but yes, so there we go then. As Noise then setting off into the sunset almost. So we go through turn 1. Oh, there's a wall there, and I think he's hit the curb on the exit then and ended up in the wall then. He doesn't seem to have collected any damage from that though, which is pretty mighty indeed. That Alpine front wing has built some strong stuff then, but unfortunately having to abandon that time then. Cam then heading through, I believe, is also on an in-lap, is he? Or is he flying through then into Sector 3? He's 6/10 down on his previous time. Oh, God, that back end stepping out then for Cam as well then, as he heads on to the power as well then. Evening all from Styles as well then. Good to see you, Styles. Then get yourself out on track then. Serious Mushroom's got himself out on track. Here comes Cam. I'm not sure. I think Cam might be starting another lap here because he saved up a lot of battery then. As away he goes then on to the main straight then, and I think he's starting another lap then is Cam. So let's see what he can do then here into this next lap as well then. Flying through then, first turn then, nicely done, and now turn 2, which is pretty much a carbon copy of turn 1 then, but maybe a bit less space as we head on down towards turn 3. Hello from KD as well then. Good evening to yourself, KD, or good afternoon, I believe it is, probably in America. God knows. Who knows what's going on. Right then, into sector, well, no, not into sector 2 just yet. Then we've got yellow flags fluttering for somebody as well there, but it's cleared away very quickly indeed. Cam then heading into where is he? He's not he's not having a good time out there, is he? That's a bit odd then for Cam then. Let's have a look and see. We've got Noise then starting another lap, or is he having a bit of a fuel issue there, it looks like. Vintage is on a lap though. Vintage is coming through sector 2 now, and he might encounter a bit of a racing ball blockade then as well then. Vintage is also saving up a lot of battery there as we head into the technical part of the circuit then, and this is where it gets tight and twisty, doesn't it, here in sector 2 then. But through and up the hill we go then. Missing those walls is the paramount situation there as well then. He's not burning much energy though as well then, his Vintage, so potentially going for a sighter lap here as well then. We'll wait and see, but at the moment he is just holding steady I believe as we go through here, then as down the hill we go, then there's an Aston Martin then getting out of the way. So Vintage might be flying through very quickly indeed, actually. Let's see, maybe saving up that battery then for this long straight, then this is where you need it, and this is where he's going to use all of it, I imagine, as we head through the kinks then onto the main straight once again then, this time for McLaren of Vintage. What's it going to be then? That's enough for me. I suck, says Mushroom then. Mushroom hasn't come out of the pit lane yet though. So there we go then. Here comes Vintage then to the line. It's going to be a 42.8, puts himself P10 just behind his teammate and ahead of Dark Shadow and Cam as it stands then. But Cam, I think, is going again then. Noise is back in the pit lane. Both the Ferrari stuck in the pits as well then, and Tory then has got himself in, but he's not got himself back out of the pits, that is. But there we go then. More action out on track then. 7 minutes left then to set the field, then set the grid then for qualifying. No, for the race. So we get ourselves through the Grand Prix in about 8 minutes time now. But we will get ourselves started then. Dark Shadow back out on circuit. Then let's see who's next across the line. It's Prudish, who's in the Alpine tonight. Then of course he is a new recruit. Then he's stepping in then for his first ALR race. Then let's see how it goes. Then he's got a 40.7 to beat, and can he find that time here now as we head to the line? Then here comes the Alpine. It's a 40.3. He finds 0.3 of a second. He puts himself on the second row of the grid then. Fantastic. Very good stuff indeed then for the debutant as well. Then we've got a Mercedes of Lewis Riley. Then Lewis is improving as well then as he comes P2 onto the front row. Then 0.5 of a second found there for Lewis Riley. Then puts himself onto the front row in the mix then for pole position as well then. Less than a tenth away then is oh no, he's not anymore, because Sravats has improved as well then to P1, stays P1 with a 39.5 then. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Both racing balls are racing to the line then. Here comes Equaz to the line. What's it going to be from Equaz? It's the front row. It's a 39.799, puts himself ahead of Lewis Riley then as it stands there. Cam's back in the pit lane, so might have given his teammate a bit of a tow there, you never know. A bit of a tow, you never know. Here comes Vintage. Vintage has found a second then. Brilliant stuff indeed. It's a 41.8 then. He improves massively then as well. Then we've got Reflection jumping up the order, I believe it was then, as Tory has left the session there. Great stuff. Legends jumped up to P2 then with a 39.7. And well, hopefully Tory can get himself back in then as well there. Good stuff indeed. I'll give him a quick message just to let him know he can rejoin. Get another invite, so bear with 1 second. Oh, no, what's going on? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm ruining everything. Sorry about this. Right then, let's see. Kieran then P7 for the time being, I should say. But he's done a 40.3 then, 40.4, sorry, I should say then. It's quite close there in the mid-pack then as well. Then we'll wait and see. Let me get an invite out to Tory quickly. My PlayStation main menu is very laggy for some reason. Hopefully he's there. There he is. We'll send that invitation now, and hopefully he can get himself back into the session. Oh dear, Kieran's had an issue somewhere because he's invalidated his time. We'll come back to him then. We've got Vessia then, who's also had a bit of an issue somewhere as well then, as has Liam, but he's back in the pit lane as the McLaren of Liam. Here comes Vintage. Vintage, I think, coming back to the pit lane as well then after improving massively then to a 41.8 then. Good stuff indeed from Vintage then. Cam is back out on track as well there, looking to improve as well as we head through then into Sector 2 then on his outlap then. We've still got 4 drivers who haven't come out of the pit lane just yet then. Vintage is back in now then. Here comes Dark Shadow then. Can he get himself a better time on the board? Then he's harvesting not harvesting fuel. He's running out of fuel, and I think coming back to the pit lane actually there, so he is back in the pit lane now, as is the Aston Martin then of Reflection. Oh, that's good. Right then, Kieran is coming back to the pitch as well. I think he's run out of fuel there, so he's going to trundle back in then. I think we've got one more shot then at qualifying here tonight then, to set the order then as well. Then Cam then is already on track, I should say, and looking to put in a quicker lap time then, and a 43.2 then. Of course, we know the pace that Cam's got then after winning last week then in Hungary. I did go out. How dare you then? Well, you did, to be fair. That's correct. So I have been told off by the mushroom there. Good stuff indeed. Right, I'll put it down in my notebook. But there we go then, heading through then oh god, over the curbs there. I thought that was going to be a bit of an incident there as well, as Tori has rejoined. Hopefully he can get himself back in the car then. Cam then through turn 2 then, power on, hopefully it's powering on. ERS on then, DRS also open as well then as we head towards turn 3 and getting that car turned in nicely then. Oh, he's clouted the wall slightly then on the exit then, but I don't think he's lost too much momentum then as well then, which is good stuff indeed. Through turn 4 we go, and now into the technical part then of the circuit. He's found 1.5 seconds though in the first sector alone. Oh god, that was dicey indeed for Cam then as we head through then into sector 2. The problem he's got then is if he's got enough fuel on board then to try and go again then, if he does have an issue then, especially through here then, it's close, but it's very nicely done indeed then from Cam then. Brilliant stuff through the castle section, and now onto the wider roads of the circuit as we go through here then. And let's see what he can do now then as we head into this heavy braking zone then. It's difficult to get it right then. It's even more difficult to get it right in the rain conditions, and Cam's having a bit of an issue there, and I think he's managed to get himself through without invalidating his time at least, which is good stuff. But then over the curve then on the exit then, that might cost him a couple of tenths there as well then, heading through the kinks then to finish off the lap then. This will be Cam's final lap then of the qualifying session then. There's no time to go again there, unfortunately then for Cam then, but let's see what he can do then on this last effort then to the line. DRS is open then, all the battery is being burnt then, up to the line then for Cam. What's it going to be? It's a 39.8 then, puts himself P5 then. Fantastic stuff indeed. Very good stuff indeed as well then. A good improvement from Cam then. Puts himself back up the order there, of course, after winning last week in Hungary, then wants to carry on that form, doesn't he, as well there. Tori is back in the session and back out on track then as well then. Good stuff indeed. Noise is also back out on track as well. Both Ferraris then are not going to be able to get a time on the board, unfortunately. And the same then for for Marski then, and for Marky as well. Then Marky got himself disqualified there somehow. I have no idea how it happened, because we didn't get to see it on the camera angle there, but nonetheless, as there's a very slow kicks out. Kieran's got a 5-place penalty then for illegal blocking as well then, out of the hairpin, not hairpin there, sorry, out of the corner there as well, and that's going to be very costly indeed then. I'm not sure what's gone on down there either there, but you don't want to be blocking people, do you? And well, that's going to be looked at then after the race, I'm sure. I imagine then, or there's going to be something in the chat about that. But there we go then, heading through then to start off the final laps then of qualifying. Then they've got to get to the line quickly as well then, because Cam, then that's Cam, according to the other flag, that's him coming back to the pit lane. He's going to run out of fuel, but I think he'll be safely ahead of any danger then of drivers coming through then. Here comes Legend, then Legend is coming to the line now. Have they got to the line in time is the question. I think so, because the checkered flag has probably fallen, but it hasn't fallen just yet. Here comes Travatza then. Can he hold on to that pole position as we head down the hill then once again for the final time then of this qualifying session? Now the timer is ticked over then. That is done and dusted then for qualifying, as he's gone purple. He's found 3.5 tenths of a second then in the second sector, I should say, and that is looking promising indeed then for Travatza then, heading through onto the main straight once again then. Let's see what he can do here then, heading through to the finish off qualifying for the Haas team then. Let's see where it's going to go. Well, he's probably going to go P1 as it stands, but let's see if he's going to improve by a lot then, as he improves to a 39.2 and cements that pole position nicely indeed as well. Brilliant stuff indeed then. We've got a Mercedes and that's Lewis. No, it's not Lewis Riley, it's his teammate Dark Shadow then. Dark Shadow is going to cross the line then. Can he improve? 42.6 and he's found 6 tenths. He's improved massively then. He's almost found 8 tenths to a 41.8 and rivaling Vintage for that position as well then. Heading on to the back straight, we've got a McLaren getting a nice tow there from a Mercedes driver then. That's Lewis then. I think, I don't know if he was intentionally doing that, but Liam's gone P6 with that. Fantastic stuff indeed from Liam then. Brilliant stuff then. A 40.2. Vessia retakes that P6 though as he crosses the line then. Vintage, where will Vintage go then? He stays P11 for now then. He improves though by 7 tenths of a second. Lewis Riley's retired. He's in the pit lane then. Here comes Kieran then up to the line. What can Kieran do then? He goes P2 with a 39.4. And Legend is also cruising to the line. Then let's see what Legend can do then as he finishes off this qualifying. Then Tori's done a 39.4, puts himself P2. Legend stays P4 at the end of this qualifying session. Then Prudish then is back in the pit lane. He is calling it a day then, down to P11 unfortunately there. But let's see what he can do then in the Grand Prix as well. Then Noise unfortunately has not been able to get himself a time on the board either then as he comes back to the pit lane. And unfortunately that is qualifying done and dusted then for the Alpine driver then. But let's see how it's going to unfold in the Grand Prix itself then. Scrap says Ekpaz then. Ekpaz is P5 then. So we'll wait and see what he can do in the race as well there. But not happy with the qualifying then. Can we restart them? Okay, good stuff indeed. As we crack on then with the next phase then, which of course is the Grand Prix itself. And we will run through the classification quickly as well there. As Kieran's got a 5-place grid penalty. Did I notice that? I think I might have noticed that. Did I miss it? I'm not sure what's going on there. Well, we'll have to just deal with that one, I'm afraid. There is the order then. Unfortunately, a few drivers didn't get their time in, especially Marky then, who of course was trying to get himself out of the pit lane. And was trying to get himself out of the pit lane then and couldn't quite, or had some sort of issue there on the exit as well there. So there we go then. Unfortunately therefore Marky then couldn't take part then. Noise the same then, couldn't get a lap there in the end as well then. Both Ferraris in the pit lane. Same for Marsky as well then, although he also came out of the pits at one point. P13 for Dark Shadow, then 12 for Vintage and Prudish, then P11 then as it stands. But we will get ourselves into the Grand Prix now and see how it goes then in the actual race itself. Naughty Kieran, says Mushroom then. Oh, is that for the 5-place penalty then? I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest. It's a bit overcast then in Baku then to start off the race. So we'll wait and see then what happens here then as well. We'll find out we'll find out what happens at the end of the race and in about 50 laps time, I think it is. Is it 25 laps for a 50% race? I can't remember exactly how many it is now. But there we go. As we get ourselves started then here in Baku. And of course drivers then choosing their strategies, choosing their what type of cup of tea they want and all that sort of thing. How much milk, how much sugar before they start the race. Then of course you might want to put a tea bag in the water cooler or whatever it is then that they drink out of during the race. Then they might not need it too much then tonight then, because it looks like it's a bit overcast here in Baku then for the start of the Grand Prix at least. So it won't be too hot hopefully. 51 laps, there we go then. Mushroom's got it right. So yeah, there we are. Well, at least somebody knows. Yeah, then that's right. Good stuff. Thank you, Mushroom. And we can get started here then in Baku. Good stuff indeed. And the formation lap then is underway. Then we will have a look and see what situations people's tyres people are starting on and that sort of thing. Goodness me, can't get any words out tonight then. But there is no soft compound tyres in sight as we go through the starting order then. And we've only got a handful, and that handful being 4 on the hard compound tyres as well then. And the highest one of them on the hard compound tyres, as the top 4 all starting on the medium compound tyre. That's the yellow wall tyre if you didn't know already. Lewis Riley then on the hard compound tyres in P5 then. So he is looking to go long then in this first stint, I should say. And maybe get a bit of a better track position than before the other drivers, or after the other drivers have had to make their pit stops then as well. Then Cam, medium compounds then for him as well. Then Vessia P7 in the Aston Martin. Sorry, then Kieran in the kick then having a bit of an escapade there in sector 2. Then Reflection also in the Aston in P9, all on the medium compound tyres. Liam has gone for the hard compound tyres in P10. And that would be an interesting call then from the McLaren team there as well. Then Prudish opting for the mediums as well then in P11. Then of course he's debutant then tonight there. We'll see what he can do. Vintage also opting for the hards then. So McLaren have gone a different way than to the rest of the field, or the majority of the rest of the field, I should say then. So Vintage opting for the hard compound tyres, and Dark Shadow then on the mediums as well then, as Marvsky goes for the hard compound tyres in P14. So again, Marsky didn't know what happened there much to Marsky in qualifying, to be honest. But he got himself back to the pit lane and retired in the pits later on then, didn't he? So he didn't get himself a time on the board then. Same for the Mushroom and the Styles, or the other way around. But they've gone for medium compound tyres then in Ferrari. Then Noise opting for the medium compounds in the Alpine. And Marky then is going to start the race. But unfortunately was not able to set a time in qualifying, of course, after the issues there as well then. So that's that. There we go. we are ready to get rolling then here in Baku there as well then as we get back to the front of the grid. I could have gone the quick way around, but I've gone the long way around, and everyone get themselves lined up on the starting order then here in Baku there. Right, let's get this underway, shall we? And we will start off the Grand Prix in just a jiffy's time then, once everyone is parked up on their grid slots. And we'll take it away then from hopefully a better camera angle than this when we get everyone parked up then on the grid. So let's bear with us, as unfortunately Dark Shadow has been disqualified for parking in the wrong location there, so we'll wait and see then what happens, as we'll switch to the position changes, shall we, to see how everyone's doing on the first lap then as well then. Let's see when they are parked. Kieran's been disqualified. When they are parked now then. That Williams is angled to attack into turn 1, isn't it there? Here we go then. The 5 red lights are on in Baku then. The 5 red lights are out in Baku, and away we go then for the start of the Grand Prix then. It's a good start from Srivatsa. He holds on. There's a Ferrari off in the background, then down the inside goes Tori then to take the lead of the Grand Prix into turn 1. Then he's done it, then up into P1. There's a yellow flag in the background. That's Prudish, who's had an issue. Reflections also had a problem as well then. Goodness me, what's going on into turn 1 there, guys? So we go through then. Equaz is up into P2. Legends taken over from his teammate then. Srivatsa's having issues then. Srivatsa's down to P5. No, where is he? Goodness me, what's going on here then? There's all sorts of issues there as well then into turn 3. And oh god, that was dicey indeed then. Srivatsa's lost out 3 places. Now make that 4 places as Cam goes through then, as he takes the position as well. Then there's an Aston Martin looking in the background. Kieran's up 2 places into P6 then, all over the back of the Haas now as well then. Goodness me, that was well, chaotic to say the least. It could still be more chaotic because there's all sorts of action still to unfold. And there's a Mercedes and an Alpine there. Goodness me, what's going on down that Mercedes? And that's Dark Shadow and Prudish. Then Prudish has snuck through and up into P15 there. And Dark Shadow, goodness me, that was close then for Dark Shadow as well. Then Reflections had an issue. Marsky then has lost out 3 places as well. Then that was off the start, I believe, there as well. Then we've had Liam and Marky switch places. Then Marky's now up into P9 with a fantastic start then after being disqualified from the qualifying. Then he's on fire then in the first lap. That Alpine's hit the wall. That was noise, I think, then coming through this deep corner then as well. Then both the Alpines then are looking to fight back here as well then, as we go through onto the main straight then to finish off lap 1. And my goodness me then, that was it was all action, wasn't it there, as we head on to the main straight again. Then out in front then Tori's got a 1.1 second lead. Then that gap coming down, then Tori sets the fastest lap of the race and he is flying off there. I'm not sure what happened to Srivatsa. Then there might have been some ghosting issues then. Is anybody going to have to come into the pit lane with some damage there as well then, heading through? Oh god, that was close indeed between the Alpine. Oh dear, has he made the corner? No, he hasn't made the corner. Noise has not made turn 1 then. He's gone deep. He's lost out then, unfortunately. Then he's back on though, and back underway. Reflection has passed Marsky then for P16. Then Marsky then, oh dear, that Alpine's once again gone into the back of him. Marsky's back through and up into P16. Then chasing after Dark Shadow here then, as we head down this straight then in towards turn 3. And this could be a dicey race indeed. Then of course hard compound tyres are chosen for a few of them as well. Then as we head through then into lap 2, I'll switch over to see what situation is with the tyres, because well, the hard compound tyre runners then have lost a few places there, I think, from the starting positions. Of course, you'd expect that though, wouldn't you? Because of course it is the medium compound tyre that's going to be better than to start off the Grand Prix as well there. But as it stands then, hard compound tyres then in their warm-up phase as well then, so they're not ready to get going just yet. Then Equaz then is 1.4 seconds off the leader. Then Tori has jumped in and flown off then, hasn't he there, as the Williams driver. Then it's fantastic to see. He is doing a great job out there as well then. Noise has caught up then to the queue then as well then, as we go through then into lap 3 after one long straight. And let's see if there's going to be any more moves then as we head through there as well. Then Liam has he's been dropped then by the top line for the time being. And of course he is on the hard compound tyres, we have to remember then, so they will be a bit slower warming up then at the start of the race then, as we've got a change up the top. Then it's Equaz then who it's Legend then who takes P2, and Cam has dived past his teammate as well then into turn 1. Then up into P3 goes Cam. Goodness me. And they've caught Tory then at, well, just at the right time, I suppose, for them. But Tory then, well, I suppose the wrong time for them as well, I should say. Then as Reflection has passed Dark Shadow then as we go into turn 1. And he has got himself through there as well then. Good stuff indeed. And all the Alpines going for a dive down the inside. He's gone straight on then, has Noise then. He's having to spin the car around and back underway there. And he has got himself back underway. But that was a bit of a deep lunge then on the brakes there, wasn't it? Then into turn 2, and that was costly indeed there. And he has got himself back underway. No damage there to the Alpine, I don't think. No, he seems to be all right there, so he can get himself back underway. Then Legend then has got himself past Ekbaz. Now Ekbaz has lost out to his teammate as well into turn 1. I'm not sure if there was team orders down then at Racing Bulls about that move being made, but whatever's happened has happened now. Then as we head on to sector 3, then let's see what Legend can do then. Can he fight for the race lead, and can he fight for the race win here tonight then, as we head on to lap 4 at the end of the main straight then, as DRS is just about in reach then for the Haas as we head through sector 3 now. Then the detection point, sorry, has moved slightly, hasn't it? It's further along now as Hungry Styles and Markey have switched places. Then Markey has moved down to P10. And Hungry Styles up into P9 then, now chasing after the top 8 then. Markey, I think, has had an issue somewhere, because he has lost a lot of time there to the top of the order then. Let's have a look and see what's happening up the lead of the Grand Prix though, because Legend didn't get DRS there then, so Cam has taken P2 and is now up into the front row echelons then. Prudish has passed Vintage for P13. He's on a charge now, is the Alpine machine then, trying to recover in this race and after whatever happened at the start there. Markey is back past Hungry Styles with the aid of some DRS then into turn 1, and there we go then. The top of the order then are all in there in the vicinity of the other one within 1 second then, the top 8 I should say. Vessia then just about sticking with them as well then, but Markey then is back up into P9. He's held off Styles into turn 3. Yellow flags for an Alpine. That is Noise, who's had an issue there, and well, there we go. Unfortunately, we don't take kindly to people causing unnecessary safety cars, so he needs to just get himself back to the pit lane then and sort that front wing out. And yeah, he's retired then on circuit then at turn 2, and hopefully that doesn't cause any safety cars then, because that would be problematic indeed for those drivers out there as well then who are actually trying in this race. But there we go then. The first retirement then is on lap 4 of 51 then, as he's out of the session and out of the race as well there, unfortunately then for the Alpine machine then. So couldn't get the car slowed down in some places, and we saw that in the previous laps as well. Then only 4 laps completed for the Alpine machine then. Here comes Cam, then Cam's on a charge, then he's looking to get himself into the mix then with the race leader, then that is Tory then currently there, but it could change as we head on this main straight then. Here comes Cam then, he's got he's going to have the DRS then when it does open, then he takes the lead of the Grand Prix then, heading on to lap 5 then. He is the leader of the Grand Prix now. Very good stuff indeed. And Tory then is not giving it up though. Then as we head through turn 1, then he's almost pushing that Racing Bull through the corner then. Hungry Styles is back past Markey then with the aid of the DRS. Then Markey's in the pit lane. So what's happened to Markey there? He's had some sort of issue, I think, then, as Markey. Or has he? Maybe he's going. Is this going to be a strategy call then for Markey as well? Then we'll wait and see. It doesn't look like it. Oh, it is a front wing change. There is a right end plate missing, unfortunately, then for the Williams driver. Then he is into the pit lane to sort that front wing out. Then he might get a nice little undercut here, actually, on those who are on the medium compound tyres. Then, because those medium compound tyres, I do not expect to last too long around here. Probably another, probably about halfway through their stint almost, aren't they? So, yeah, we'll wait and see then what the situation is going to be there as well. Then, as Markey comes out the pit lane, he is he's on the freshest tyres of the grid there, but unfortunately he is at the back of the field then for the time being. Heading through the castle section now, we've got Tory trying to chase back the lead. Legend then is holding on then, but he's currently P3. He's very close to dropping out of that 1 second window as well. Then Cam is setting the pace here. Ekwa is then in P4, looking to try and get himself into the podium mix as well. Then of course his championship rivals then are Kieran and Vessia then, and they are behind him as it stands. And as we head through into sector 3 then to finish off lap 5, then Cam, I think, has he snuck out of that 1 second window? I think Tory might have snuck out of that window from Legend, that is. but no, it's coming back to him, then the Legend then I think will get DRS then as we cross through then onto the main straight though, but Tory then will not get that DRS wing open, then unfortunately then on to lap 6 we go there. Cam leads the way 1.7 seconds, then look how quickly they're closing in there with the aid of the DRS, then here comes Legend on the attack then in towards turn 1, then can he make the move then? No, he stays P3, Equaz P4, and Srivatsa then has, I think he's still within the touching distance of his teammate, and battling rivals as well. Then Kieran then up into P6 as well, then is in a close proximity, and so is Lewis. Then Lewis might start to get a bit of a shovel on then as well, then, because those tyres must be the better tyre then, I'm sure, at this stage of the race. So fair play indeed. Out in front, 2 seconds, and Cam is loving it here in Baku as it stands. So he is looking to put on a show then as well, as Legend then in P3 then was shaping for a move then into turn 1 on Tory then to retake that P2 position, but unfortunately it didn't work out then into turn 1, and he stayed behind for now then. Equaz, Srivatsa, Kieran, Lewis and Vessia then are all in the mix then. Hungry Styles then in P9. We've got Liam then in P10. Who again, similar to Lewis, then might start to get a bit of a move on then on those hard compound tyres then, compared to the medium compound then for the rest of the field. Then Vintage and Marsky also in the mix as well. Then Reflection in P15 has been held up then by the Red Bull, I should say, then for the time being. Then after whatever happened at the start there as well, then that will probably be looked at after the start as well. Then Markey then has made an early stop then after a bit of damage there as well. Then and now is back on the charge and looking to try and catch up then to Dark Shadow as well here then for that P16 position then. And to be fair, if he can motor along, he might be back in contention then for some good points as well. Then we'll wait and see, and it could potentially be a 2-stop strategy around here. I'm not sure exactly what the strategy is, to be honest, but there we go. Here comes Legend then. This time he's closer then to the Williams then as we head on to lap 7 then. Here comes Legend then down the inside into turn 1 with the aid of the DRS. He's made the move stick then. Tory then down to P3 for now as we head through turn 1 there, but this is getting close indeed then. Prudish and is back past passing Mushroom, I should say, then into turn 1 with the aid of the DRS as well, then up into P11 now and chasing after Liam as his next target as well. Then out in front then, is there going to be a roll reversal into turn 3 then? Is Tory close enough then into turn 3? No, not quite then. In the background we've got all sorts of cars shaping for a move there, but they're not going for it just yet then, as we head into sector 2 momentarily as well now. Out in front, 3 seconds for Cam then. Cam is flying here in Baku then, and he didn't have the best qualifying, did Cam then, did he? But he's got himself into the lead of the Grand Prix. Yellow flags. It's a problem for Markey there at turn 2. What's happened to Markey then? Was there a collision there as well then, or what's going on then for Markey there? Who knows? But again, unfortunately, he's got more damage there as well, has Markey. Then he's got DRS as well then. So he must have been very close indeed with Dark Shadow. Then not sure if there was a helping hand with that one or not there. But he is back underway then. Unfortunately then for Markey, then he's going to have to come back to the pit lane and sort that front wing out again then. As Tory then is... Well, Tory's lost out then almost to that 1 second from Legend as well then. So Legend's on the motor now as well then for the Haas team then. Can he stay out of that 1 second window then? Of course, they head on to the main straight then, but the detection point is where you need to be within that 1 second then as we head on to the main straight after these kinks. This is where the detection point will be. And is he in that 1 second window now? This is the question then. He is within that 1 second window just about then, and he's going to have the aid of the DRS then down this main straight now. And there is Srivatsa. Is somebody thinking about a pit stop then? Srivatsa is thinking about a pit stop then. He is into the box then. He is calling it early then on the medium compound tyres. Slowing the car down now then for the Haas driver. Then let's see what it's going to be next then for Srivatsa then as we head through here. And we are going to be investigating the tyre compound. It's hard compound tyres going on at the Haas now. And away he goes. And he will be coming out then in P15, but of course on the fresher rubber then he can just see Reflection, he can just see Marsky and Vintage going through there, so he is not far off catching up to that pack then as well. Then Dark Shadow is into, it's Markey into the pit lane then for the Williams driver then to sort out the front wing again then here. Unfortunately for Markey, I'm not sure what was going on then, but then again any safety car would bring him back into contention, and we're going to probably see safety cars tonight then, aren't we? Because this is the nature of Baku. As Markey then into the pits to service that car again. Unfortunately then the Williams driver then not having a good time then in the opening laps here then, but of course we've got many more laps to go then and many more walls that could claim a victim So I don't like saying that then. I can sense rain in the air then, says Venom. Well, we were told it wasn't going to rain. We said it was dry for the entire thing, but we'll wait and see. It does look a bit overcast, doesn't it there? So we might get some drizzle later on in the race then. It's been was looking a bit grey then as we started, and it's definitely looking, well, it's looking the same, I should say, at the moment, but anything can change. And yeah, for now it seems to be just about all right. So we'll wait and see. But so far so good then for the first 9 laps now, as we go through then onto the main straight once again. Then is there going to be a change of the order once again as well? Then as we head on to the aircraft going for the outside, then into turn 1. Then can he make the move? Then he can, and he's up into P3. Oh, can he get the car slowed down? And Tori might be able to sneak back through here. Then into turn 2. He stays behind then, he slots back in, and very good stuff indeed then. Prudish up into P10 then, next now chasing after Liam. He's caught up to the McLaren driver then. He's brought Mushroom with him as well though. Marvsky has passed Vintage then into turn 1, before turn 1, up into P12 and then for Marvsky then. Good stuff indeed. Travatsa's joined the fight here as well. He's on the fresh hard compound tyres now, is the Haas driver. So let's see what he can do then as we head on down towards turn 3. And he's already alongside. Then I think Reflection was looking for a move there as well. Then Dark Shadow's had an issue. Then what's happened to Dark Shadow? He's coming back to the pit lane. Travatsa's down the inside at turn 3. Then up into P14. He's got 2 more to clear then, because they are going to be holding him up slightly as well then, because he's on fresh tyres, fresh rubber then for the Haas driver. Then Dark Shadow's in the pits for hard compound tyres and a new nose cone, unfortunately, for Dark Shadow. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what's happened down at Mercedes as well. Then he's had an issue with the wall there as well. Then Markey then will inherit that P16 position then, and Markey's trying to get himself back on the charge here. Let's see how it all unfolds tonight then. Of course, any safety cars might play into their hands as well. Then we'll wait and see. Lewis Riley then is trying to make way as well then on those hard compound tyres. Let's see what he can do here. I'm losing my breath. Nothing new. Cam then will finish off lap 9 onto lap 10. Then he's going to be 4 point something seconds off the lead, ahead of in the lead, I should say. And he is looking pretty impressive then. He's got his race win last week then in Hungary, and now looking was it Hungary? Yeah, I think it was. Now looking pretty good indeed for another race win potentially on the cards, although I don't want to jinx him because we're only 5th of the way through the Grand Prix as it stands then. Legend holds on to P2, Ekran's P3, Tori in P4, Kieran P5, Lewis Riley then in P6 on the hard compound tyres. When will he start to make some moves? Vessia then in P7, holding on to the lead pack as well then. Hungry Styles then is in a bit of no man's land at the moment. Then he's currently P8, but doing a comfortable race at the moment then as well. Then Prudish then is trying to get himself past Liam for that P9 position. Can he do so into turn 3? Then he's getting closer with the aid of the DRS. Then can he make that move here then into the braking zone? Then he's too far back to make the move then, and Mushroom is right behind him as well then, heading through into turn 3 there. Oh, I thought he was going to go down the inside. Then he's going down the inside is the Alpine. Then he's made the move, I think. Has he? Yes, he has. Then we're riding on board with Mushroom to see what's going on then, and he has made that move stick then as we go through into sector 2 there. Good stuff indeed. Brilliant stuff indeed. And thank you very much for Mushroom being a great cameraman. Following the action live. Right then, Vintage has been passed by Saratsa then for P13. Of course, Saratsa on 7 lap younger tyres than the pair around him now as it stands, of course, then, because of course he has made his pit stop, and it was an early call. Nobody else has followed him in just yet then, in terms of the top of the order then, that is. So there might be some strategy games going on down at Haas there. We'll wait and see how it all plays out then as we head through then on to lap 11. Then Equaz is close, he's very close indeed to dropping out of that 1 second window. Then he's got himself back in then, same for Kieran as well then, but he has just got himself that aid of the DRS then down this main straight. Or has he? He hasn't got it. Then Lewis then might be able to inherit that position then as we head through into turn 1. He has got the position done and dusted, and up into P5 then for Lewis. Not sure what happened there for Kieran. I thought he was in that within that 1 second window, but somehow he was not. So that's very strange indeed. But Lewis then up into P5. Then those hard compound tyres then need some fresh air to breathe then as well. Then and make best use of them as we go through then into turn 3. Is Kieran going to try and get himself back into P5? No, not quite. He's too far back. And we've had another move, I think, there as well. I'm not sure who it was for. No. Reflection, I think, passing Vintage there. Srivatsa then on the attack then. He's looking to get himself past and up into P12 now then, and into turn 3 I should say then. He's up into P12 very nicely indeed. The next target is Serious Mushroom then, of course. Everyone ahead of Srivatsa is yet to pit in this race, so he is looking to make hay then whilst the hard compound tyres are shining. I don't know if they're shining. Well, technically, I suppose they are shining when they come out of the blankets as well when they're not worn. But even after 3 laps, they're probably not so shiny anymore. Then Lewis Riley has caught up then to the top 4, or the 3 of the top 4, because Cam is 4.2 seconds out in front. That gap has come down to Legend, so maybe there is a bit of tyre management or ERS management going on down at the Racing Bull of Cam, that is. We'll wait and see then what's the situation in terms of the strategy is going to be then for the drivers as well then, as we head through onto lap 12 then out in front. Cam leads the way, 4.2 seconds that is. Oh god, I haven't had anything to eat or drink then, and for some reason I'm burping everywhere. Here comes Equaz. No, they're coming in. Oh, Legends clip the wall then on the entry to the pit lane, and goodness me, then Tori's also coming to the pits as well there. All in the mix of that then. God, that was tight indeed. Legend was very close to retiring the car there, I think, but somehow managed to save it then and clip the wall. Almost went into a spin then. He could have been disqualified just like Marky was at the beginning of qualifying, but thankfully they're all okay then as they come out of the pits now. Where will they filter out though is the other question then, heading through, and it's going to be close indeed with Marski then on the exit then at turn 2, and I think Marski's going to have the DRS then as well then. Oh dear, what's going on there? Liam has passed Prudish then as well then for P6 there as well then. Here comes Marski then into turn 3. There's yellow flags going on there. What's going on? It's Liam then. Liam's had an issue then. Liam's gone off turn 3 then. He's gone straight on then. He comes back on though. Hasn't got any damage then to that. He's got end plate damage there as well then for the McLaren. I'm not sure what's happened there. And we just saw him having a fight then as well then, and Mushroom and Srivatsa are having a fight as well then. Goodness me. And they've sorted themselves out. Good stuff. Of course, as we go through then, Legend's gone for medium compound tyres again, then has the hash driver then. He's going to have to go right up the gearbox then of the Ferrari then as we head through the castle section then, and well, it's getting very close indeed. I'm not sure what happened to Liam there though. That is very odd then indeed, unless he just we saw him go past the Alpine then. Maybe he braked later and unfortunately went off then. Is there any damage for the Alpine driver then? No, there isn't, so he's all good to carry on though. But as we head then on to sector 3 then to finish off lap 12 then, here comes Legend down the inside. He's got the move done then on the fresher rubber as well then. He's got 11 lap, or soon to be 12 lap younger tyres than Mushroom. Of course, Mushroom yet to pit in this race so far. Yes, this is where it's going to get spicy. Oh, dearie me. That's got spicy indeed. Mushroom, I think, unsighted there, and that wall is very close to claiming another victim, wasn't it there? We've seen many victims being claimed there. Srivatsa up into P6. Legend then closing in. He's on the medium compound tyres, so Srivatsa's gone for the hard compound tyres. Mushroom is in the pit lane now, as is Liam as well then, so I'm not sure what's happened to Liam there, but he has got himself back in the pit lane at least to sort out that front wheel, and they will get to work then. Soft compound tyres going on, goodness me. Legend has passed Prudish and for P7 then, of course he's on the fresher rubber then. Prudish on the medium compound tyres, is trying to stick them out for as long as possible here, and he might get in the way of a few drivers who made their pit stops then, the likes of Equaz and Tori as well then, have yet to get themselves past these guys who have yet to pit, I should say. Here comes Tori though, and he will go down the inside then into turn 5, and he has made the position then. We've got a yellow flag. It's a problem then out in front then. What's happened? It's Kieran, and Kieran's had an issue then going through into the castle section there on the entry to the castle section. He's avoided any damage there. Fantastic. That is as Dark Shadow's back in the pit lane. And my goodness me, that's fantastic stuff indeed from Kieran to actually avoid any issue there. He did lose a place, I think. Where was he? I think he was right behind Vessia, wasn't he? Right with Vessia, wasn't he there? So he has lost a place then to Styles and Vessia potentially as well. Yeah, fantastic feat then to keep going then and manage to avoid any damage then to the car as well then. Out of the pit lane comes Dark Shadow then. He's had to come in to get a new front wing, but Cam then coming through turn 1. He's going to try and get himself ahead then into turn 2. Then he is ahead there, and now hopefully for Dark Shadow. He can follow Cam through on the Thrasher rubber as well. Then into the pits comes Styles, Vessia, Styles then, and Kieran. Oh dear, Kieran is racing into the pit entry then as well. Then goodness me, well, has he made that work? Then is the question then, because that was an ambitious move to say the least. Where we're going to see Reflection then. Reflection then is going to inherit a few places here. Then there's a lot of pit stops that have gone on there. My God, then lots and lots of pit stops there. Prudish has stayed out. Then he is currently P7. Then Marsky's also stayed out. He's in P8 for the time being. Then Vessia then comes out in P9. Reflection is P10, but it has yet to pit in this race. Then Vintage the same in P11. Then Kieran comes out then ahead of Styles then somehow. Goodness me. Well, yes. Wow, that was a very long stop for Styles. Did he have to have a front wing change then? I'm not sure. But maybe he did have to do that, because he's lost a lot of time then to Kieran. Then Kieran and Vessia then, and Styles all came in at the same time, didn't they? To the pit entry then. So that is why they've all got quite a bit of a gap between them, haven't they? Did Kieran have to have a front wing change as well? Then I thought his front wing was all intact then when we saw it. But nonetheless, we crack on then. So there we are. Soft compound tyres for Liam then. Maybe he's going to go for the fastest lap then on lap 14. That would be fantastic stuff to see as well. But so far, so good then in this race. And unfortunately, one retirement, and I probably jinxed it then. We're going to have quite a few retiring in this race. But no, fantastic stuff. We need to see how everyone is doing a great job here then in Baku there. Here come the Haas pair then. Legend is on the medium compound tyres. He picked only 4 laps after his teammate, but his teammate picked for the hard compound tyres. You'd expect those now to be nicely warmed up and be able to compete then with those medium compound tyres as well then, heading through into turn 1 then. Is there going to be some team orders here at Haas there? It looks like there is not. So they crack on as they are then. Tori then is caught back up then to Equaz then. A lot of drivers then have opted for the second stint to start on the hard compound tyres then. Kieran has passed Vintage with the aid of some DRS then. Into the pits comes Reflection to sort out that new set of boots then for the Aston Martin team. Let's see what it's going to be then for Reflection as well then. Liam then on the soft compound tyres is going to be caught by Marky then, who's on the medium compound tyres. Marky's made 2 stops already in this race then, but fair play indeed then. He's going to get himself back in the points paying position very soon. Reflection then motoring out of the pit lane into turn 1 then is P14 and ahead of this pair as well then. So very good stuff indeed. Right then, 5.7 seconds the gap then between the top 2 then. Cam still leads the way on his older medium compound tyres. We'll wait and see then when he decides that it's going to be time to make a stop then. But the problem he's going to have then, I think, he's going to be behind both the Hasses, I'm sure. And oh, we've got more yellow flags. Liam's out of the race then. What's happened there? It's a safety car then as well. Then Liam's gone straight on, it looks like, at turn 3. And oh good God, I should say. What is going on there? Amazing pace from Cam on those tyres there. Well, we've got something to nullify all of that. Then I did say for Marky and Dark Shadow that a safety car would be brilliant for them, because they'd be able to get themselves back through then and back onto the lead lap. Well, they are on the lead lap. Well, Dark Shadow now is as well. Then as Cam makes his way into the pit lane. Lewis was going to come in as well. Then what will the rest of the order do as well out here? We'll wait and see there. But Liam then with that safety car then, as unfortunately that's the second retirement. And just after I said about the retirements, then we go and jinx it. So I've jinxed it again. I think the top, the Hasses are staying out for sure. Where will Equaz be then? Equaz is coming through then. Can they get ahead of Lewis on the pit exit? There is the question. We'll wait and see now. It's going to be close. I think Lewis has just about got it there. And he has got it as well. Then P4 then for Lewis. They're good stuff indeed. Into the pits comes Prudish and Marsky as well. Haven't pitted yet, of course, in this race. They're using the safety car to go for it now. Then Vintage also into the pits as well. Then for McLaren. Then I think the Ferraris will carry on. Then Reflection will carry on. He's only just made his way into the pit lane then as well for the Aston Martin. So there we go then. Marky then is going to be able to catch up then to the queue, as well as Dark Shadow as well. Then Dark Shadow going through the castle section now then is on fresher medium compound tyres then, and we'll be able to catch up to the safety car and rejoin then. And Marky's in the pit lane. Same for Reflection and same. No, Vintage coming out of the pit lane. Reflection's only done 1 lap on those tyres. Now is a Reflection then, goodness me. So I'm not sure what the strategy is there. Marky's gone for the hard compound tyres. They were slightly used and they've done 3 laps then, but of course that won't make too much of a difference, I don't think, to start off with. as we come out of pit lane now. Reflections on the soft compound tyres, so that's an interesting call then for the Aston Martin driver. Then we'll wait and see then what he's going to be up to then as well. But so far, safety car has been brought out then for the crash then for the McLaren of Liam, who had that issue there as well. Then sorry, Tori messed that up for both of us. So that, I'm not sure what's going on there. As Kieran has passed somebody. No, not sure what's going on there either. Dark Shadow's back in the pit lane. Well, Dark Shadow needs to. He doesn't want to be in the pit lane for too long, because I think he should have stayed out and called up to the queue before making this pit stop as well then, because he's on older hard compound tyres now as well then. But he is going to he's going to have to play a bit of catch up here as well then. Safety car will get bored and come in if it is having to wait for too long then. So unfortunately for Dark Shadow then, he needs to get a shuffle on now to catch back up to the safety car crocodile. Everybody is caught up then as well then, apart from Marquee, Reflection and Dark Shadow themselves as well. Then they are catching up very quickly indeed, and will be on the back of this train very soon. So when are we going to see the next thing? So it's probably going to be in lap 18 and then back out on lap 19. We'll find out as we go through them. No, we're getting everyone bunched back up then. Safety cars breed safety cars is what a famous commentator once said. That famous commentator was Ginger Age, because he was reciting another famous commentator. But there we go then. Lewis said, I'm really struggling with no force feedback. Hungry Styles has got a 10-second penalty for a severe collision with Mushroom. What's gone on at Ferrari then? Goodness me. And Reflection's back in the pit lane. So Reflection's back in the pits as well then. Well, it looks like Styles is going to unfortunately have to make another pit stop as well there for the Ferrari driver. I'm not sure he's going to be too happy with Mushroom there. I'm not sure what happened down there at Ferrari either then, but he has gone into the back then of the teammate, and you don't want to hit your teammate in Formula 1 then as well there. So that's very unfortunate indeed. Then back on the hard compound tyres for Reflection. And well, this is probably the well, we'll have to wait and see if it's going to be the last lap or not. Then it might be one more lap after this as well. But yes, that was very odd indeed. Then so Styles has got a 10-second penalty. Then of course he can come into the pit lane now and serve it under the safety car. But that's a bit of an odd one that. So yeah, there we go. We will find out then in just a jiffy what happens down at Ferrari then as well. Then I'm pretty sure they're going to have to make another stop. Marquis is caught up to the battle, or to the train I should say. It's not a battle just yet because we're held behind the safety car. There's no battling allowed. Reflection then will be next as well then, and Dark Shadow's making his way through into sector 2 now as well then to catch up as well. The problem we've got with Dark Shadow, can he get to the queue, to the train? Goodness me, there's too many words. Can he get to the train then in time then before the restart? That is, as we go through then as well. Then we're going to have at least one more lap. Then I think this might be this next lap will be on lap 18. Will be the last lap then of the safety car. Then Styles needs to come into the pit lane if he wants to get rid of that penalty now, and he has got some damage as well there to the front wing. It looks like then as well. So he will be making his way into the pits now to sort that out. He will lose out though to, well, I think he'll lose out to Reflection as well potentially. Then he'll be down to P15 then. But of course he will have a new front wing and fresher tyres as well then. So he's going to have to sit there for 10 seconds before they can do anything to the car and wait. And hope that it all gets sorted. So now they're saying to the car then, doing a new front wing then on that Ferrari as well then, and he's on medium compound tyres and away he goes. Now, brilliant stuff indeed. Right then, safety car will be in this lap there. So Cam then, who has led the way then very comfortably indeed, then has had that gap reduced now back to the Haas drivers. Of course, Ravazza was on pole position, then started on pole position, but dropped back then in the first couple of laps or so. The Hungry Styles then leaves the pit lane now, and he's going to be playing a bit of catch up then as well then to get himself back in the queue before we start racing again at the end of this lap. Then the safety car will trundle through sector 2, and I will have a quick drink break so that I can revive myself for the start of this restart of this race. Right then, we're back. Sector 3, that safety car is in this lap. Signal will pop up then as we head through then into the last part of the lap then. Or not, never mind. It's going to carry on, never mind, we'll carry on. Well, it's not coming in, so we're going to stay out for one more lap then behind this safety car. I suppose good news for the tyre there, but maybe the drivers will be getting a bit antsy then and looking forward to getting this restarted race underway there. We have got Styles then who's just about caught up then, but unfortunately Dark Shadow then as well, then I think we'll be able to catch up now actually. We were worrying then that he wasn't going to be able to get himself back in the mix then as well on the restart, but he will do now because we're going for another lap here, unless the safety car is broken, in which case we've got an extra, we're going to have the rest of the race under safety car. Which I hope we don't, but you never know. So, yes, there we go then. So we'll crack on then as it stands. Hopefully we'll see the safety car in this lap, and we can get on with it then as well. But no, it stayed out. It's definitely done 3 laps then, hasn't it? So a bit of an odd one that. Bear with us. We'll be underway very shortly. Last week's meeting, we can talk about what we had for dinner. I haven't had my dinner yet, so somebody else can first. We haven't got Gordo back in the chat then with his chicken soup thingy and mushroom and with his bangers and mash, or whatever mushroom we want to eat. Mushroom probably has mushroom, doesn't he? Or he can't eat mushroom because it's against his species. I don't know. Mushroom, tell us when you've watched this back what you eat for dinner. So there we go then. Dark Shadow has now caught up as well. Good timing indeed, because we're going to be heading into the final part of the lap very shortly, and we can kick off then the restart of this race then on lap 20. Then soon to be halfway point actually in this race. We're nearly there. Fair play indeed then the drivers who have got themselves so far in this race. I've done a good job in this race as well. So very good stuff indeed. As now we'd like to see the safety car signal then, whereas the safety car will hopefully peel away back into the pit lane. And away we go. Well, soon we will be going, as Cameron will lead us away then on the restart. Then the safety car has to get itself out of the way then and safely back into the pit lane as well. So Cam then will choose when to drop the hammer then and get shuffling then for the restart of this race. He can't go just yet because the safety car is still not in the pit lane just yet, but it is a very long straight indeed. The safety car needs to go a bit faster, doesn't it? It's probably okay to go now. But of course we'll have to wait and see when the leader goes, because he's going to decide when to drop the hammer then and get ourselves restarted here then in Baku then. Let's see when he wants to go. And he's gone. Good stuff indeed. Very nice. As Marky is past Vintage. What's going on down there? Very keen then as well then into turn 1 then. Is there going to be any shenanigans though is the question then. There's a good restart from Cam then. He's got the jump then onto Ravaxa as we head through turn 1 then. Here comes Lewis Riley then. Here comes Equos then. Is everyone else filtering through safely is the question though. I think they've all got themselves through just about. Alright. Good stuff indeed. And yes, everyone's okay then. Vintage, oh dear, Vintage has had an issue, has he? On the exit then, he's, or has Marky gone through? Marky's gone through, up into P12 then. Tory and Vessi are having a fight as well then. Is the McLaren and the Williams, sorry, not McLaren, the Aston Martin and the Williams then having a fight through turn 4. Round the outside goes Tory, then can he hold the position? Is the question though. And here comes Kieran as well then, down the inside he goes now then. It turns to the outside again then, goodness me, and Kieran's trying to get it, making it 3 wide here then. Kieran then trying to make it 3 wide, and Tory I think very wisely has backed out of that one there, but Kieran's sticking his nose in there too. Heading through into the castle section, they're going to be side by side. No, Kieran then gets himself ahead there, fantastic. Very close racing indeed. I think Tory then was very wise as well there, because he didn't want to get his nose cut off then as well, especially going through the castle section. Yellow flags are still fluttering though, because I think there's, well, he's probably thinking that there's safety cars still out there. 1.6 seconds a gap then for Cam then. Again, he's on slightly, well, he is on much fresher tyres than Ravaxa actually, because of course Ravaxa did pit much earlier, didn't he, as well there. So he is going to be under a bit of pressure then from his teammate Legend then, again of course, who's on older medium compound tyres though. Lewis Riley then made that safety car work. He was on the hard compound tyres to start the race then, and now that safety car is brought into contention for another good result. Then Kieran has passed Vessia then into P6 then, but Vessia's going to fight that back, I'm sure, then in towards turn 1 then. Is there going to be any more moves into turn 1 then? Just about slowing the car down in time then. Mark is past Mushroom then into turn 1 for P11. Goodness me. Very good stuff indeed then. It's well, it's all a bit chaotic then on the restart of the safety car, isn't it there? But they thankfully all got themselves through unscathed then. Kieran has lost out to the top of the order then as it stands, after all that battling then between himself, the Williams of Tory then, and the Aston Martin of Vessia as well. Then he's in P6 then, but at what cost? But he is bringing that gap back down then as well. Then 2 seconds, the gap out in front. Then Cam once again is storming up into the distance, and he is loving it here in Baku then. Fantastic stuff indeed. Right, 16 drivers remain there. Well, one driver unfortunately is going to have to miss out on the points paying positions then, but of course we'll wait and see then if there's going to be any more bumps or scrapes as well, because these walls are closing in then, and they've done 21 laps of these walls so far. Then they've got to do another 30 of them so far. This race has been absolutely fantastic, but I'm sure some drivers probably don't think that, to be fair. But there we go. Equaz then has been caught up. Then Kieran is now back within the DRS range, which is very, very handy indeed, because this is when DRS is now re-enabled, I believe. I think it was re-enabled in the beginning of this lap. So we'll wait and see then. Vessia then in P7, then chasing after Kieran as well. Then Tory then P8, then Prudish then P9. Then he's looking pretty good indeed on 5-lap-old hard compound tyres. Same for Marvsky up into P10 then. And Markey as well then recovering nicely in this race then after a calamitous first quarter of the Grand Prix. Then is into big points paying positions. Out in front we've got the Hasses switching places. Then Legend takes P2. And now can he charge after Cam then? Can he bring that gap back down then to the race leader? Then 3 seconds the gap. Then Srivatsa then is going to try and retake the place. Then Lewis Riley then is in the mix with the Mercedes team. We'll wait and see what he can do then. Can he rival the Hasses? Then can he get past the Hasses then for that P2 position? And then chase after Cam as well then. We'll find out then as we go through. Then down the inside, Lewis is going for it into turn 4 then, but Srivatsa is going to hold that position then. I think, yes, he is going to hold that position as we go through into sector 2 now. Good stuff indeed. Tory's got himself past Vessia then as well then somewhere. I completely missed it because I was watching the other battles then, but he's now going to try and get himself within that 1 second window then of the top 6 as it stands. Very good stuff indeed then. So far so good then here in Baku. Then we're going to have to see some more pit stops to come though, I'm sure. And Reflection's going to try and get himself into the mix as well then as he tries to recover in this Grand Prix as well, heading through into the castle section. There's Styles as well. They're going a bit squirrely through there. Vintage in P15. He's had a problem there somewhere, but again, he is back underway then. He's motoring along then, and of course the good thing for Vintage as well then is we're going to have to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers on the medium compound tyres make a pit stop then in the next few laps, I'm sure, and potentially the likes of Tory, Equaz, Srivatsa then as well on their older hard compound tyres. So for Vintage, it is not all done and dusted just yet. Then here comes Kieran on the attack. Then can he get himself past Equaz here? Then onto the main straight. Then onto lap 22. Yes, he can. Then Srivatsa's back past Legend though into turn 1 and retakes P2. And Lewis is getting very interested in this battle as well then. Heading through the next part of the lap then. Is he going to try and go for the inside? No, not quite. Then he backs out of it. Then Kieran up into P5 then is past Equaz. Equaz dropping down to P6 then. Tory then is in the mix as well. P7 now. Vessia P8 then. Prudish in P9. Marsky in P10 then. And Markey in P11 there. They've dropped the rest of the field for now. But of course there is a bit of an interesting situation here when of course some drivers who have made their pit stops under the safety car and a lot of drivers then who have stayed out then after making those stops just before the safety car will have differing tyre life and differing tyre wear as well going through this race. After colliding with his teammate under safety car, Hungry Styles has now caught back up to his teammate here. And well, is there going to be, this is where roughly around where it happened, wasn't it there? So is there going to be some repercussions of his incident then for Styles, that is, as we head through into the castle section again then? Or will there be some team orders down at Ferrari now that Styles is on the fresher tyres by 5 laps then? He's got 5 lap mediums compared to Mushroom's 10 lap mediums here. We'll find out soon. And Marky, I thought Marky was going to go for a very ambitious dive there, but he managed to stay out of it then as well then. And there we go then, heading through into sector 3 then at the end of lap 23. And so far so good then in this Baku Grand Prix then. Unfortunately, 2 drivers out of the race then. Legends lost out to his teammate then, so the hard compound tyres are working nicely now for Srivatsa then. 5 seconds the gap though to the race leader of Cav. Here comes Lewis Riley then for the podium places then. Can he make that move then with the aid of the DRS then into turn 1 then? He's going to shape for it into turn 1. He's diving down the inside into turn 1. There's contact between the 2 cars. And he's lost out to Kieran as well then as he goes down the inside at turn 2. And oh no, there's more contact at turn 2 then between the kick and the Mercedes this time then. Goodness me. And oh dear, it's all action then as we head through down towards turn 3 again. And Kieran has taken P6 then. Lewis and no, what's happened to Ekwaz? Ekwaz has had an issue at turn 3 and he's gone off then. He's back on though. Has he got damage though? Yeah, I think he's alright somehow. What's happened to Ekwaz? Goodness me. I thought he went into the wall at turn 3. There was definitely debris that came off the wall then, but no debris coming off the racing wall then. They've made of some strong stuff then. Lewis and Tori are battling here again as we go into the castle section there. Tori then, I think very carefully, has backed out of that one. But goodness me then. All the action then starting to kick off then at the top of the field then as well then after all of those scrapes, bumps and scrapes, and that was I think Lewis then going for a move on Legend for P3, wasn't it there, that caused all these moves and shakes as well then. Kieran then is P4 now. Lewis then trying to catch back up to the kick salvo then. Tory then looking to get himself in the mix as well then on the Williams I should say there on the hard compound tyres. Vessia P7 then Prudish in P8 then Marsky P9. Ekwaz down to P10 unfortunately for Ekwaz. I'm not sure what happened there. He was running, I think, in that mix as well then, wasn't he, unfortunately for Ekwaz though, so that might have been costly indeed. Here comes Marsky then trying to get himself up into P8 then. He has done as well then, good stuff indeed. Then Tori has passed Lewis round the outside into turn 1. Can he get the car slowed down? Goodness me, that was close, and Lewis is going to go back through. Prudish and Ekwaz. Ekwaz has lost out this time to Marky as well as we go through here then, and goodness me, then there's going to be pandemonium if they get through there, and they have got through there somehow, I think. Have they? Yes. Wow. Goodness me. And here comes Marky then into turn 3 then. Can he go for it? No, not quite. Then the Alpine heads into turn 3 ahead. Good stuff indeed then. Wow, it's all closing up in this order as well then. Mushroom then is going to be in the mix as well very soon with Vintage. Dark Shadow, fair enough, is soldiering on as well then. Fair play indeed then to Dark Shadow as well there. Kieran is caught back up just about then to Legend then for that podium place then, that podium fight then. Tori is up into P5 having passed Lewis Riley as well then. Lewis's tyres might be starting to struggle then. We might see the same then for the rest of the medium runners as well then, apart from Styles then. Styles is probably just about right for now though. Yeah, and then we've got all sorts of other drivers in the mix here as well then as we head on to lap 25 then. We're at the halfway point of the Grand Prix. My goodness me, it's been a half of racing that has been fantastic then. I can't wait for the second half, unlike Chelsea versus Arsenal. But there we are. So we go through now into sector 3 then. DRS then, is there going to be some gains then? Kieran's got himself back in that 1 second window. Tori is trying to get himself within that 1 second window as well then. Same for Lewis Riley then. And I don't think Tori's done it then, unfortunately then for the Williams driver. Then he's just missed out by 1/10 of a second though, but Lewis is in that 1 second window though, and he will be on a charge then looking to try and regain that position. Marky has passed and up into P9 then. He passed the Alpine and the Prudish then as well then. In towards turn 1 we go then, but Prudish looking to fight back, but he's too far back to make the move. And Marky now up into P9 then. He's now next to chase after Marsky as well out here. Tori then has kept hold of P5 then as well there, and is gaining now on the top 4, or 3 of the top 4. As Kieran, I thought he was shaping for a move into turn 3 there on Legend then, but he's thought better of it then as well, which is probably very wise then. As we go through turn 4, I thought he was going to go for another move there as well. My goodness me. Tori then could play a bit of catch-up now as well and get himself back in the mix. Then on the hard compound tyres, they would probably be much better than those on the medium compound tyres, or the 2 on the medium compound tyres ahead of him. fair play indeed then. So far, this race has been brilliant. Like I said, I keep saying it, and it's been brilliant for me. It's probably not been too brilliant for some of the drivers out there then, but they are doing a fantastic job then of putting on a fantastic show as well then. Out in front, we've got Cam by 8 seconds now. He's got 8 lap younger tyres than Travazza then, so there is a bit of a difference then in the tyre wear as well. Then we'll have to wait and see then what the strategy is going to be like then when they do have to make their pit stops as well. I'm sure everybody will have to make at least one more stop in this Grand Prix. Travazza, is probably going to be thinking about that pit stop then in just a moment's time then, because he's going to be looking to do probably about 22-23 laps or so on the hard compound tyres, and then do another set of hard compound tyres to the end of the race as well. Then Legend, is he going to hold on to that podium place then? Or here comes Kieran, then Kieran on the charge, that kicks out where he's going to be quick indeed then with the aid of some DRS then down the main straight then, and he has made the move. Legend is into the pits, and this time he avoids any issues as well on pit entry then as well. Good stuff indeed. Equaz is also in the pit lane as well then on the from the hard compound tyres then, so we'll wait and see then what's going to go on down for Equaz as well here then as well in the pit lane then. Hard compound tyres for Legend then. Equaz is going to go for a set of, I can't tell you right now, it's hard compound tyres. Good stuff indeed. And Tori's got himself back in contention then with Kieran for that podium place as well now, with the aid of those hard compound tyres working better than the medium compound, I'm sure, for Kieran. Then Kieran is getting to the edge of the cliff then in terms of the tyre there. Situation that is. So hopefully he'll be thinking about a pit stop as well then very soon, I am sure. Marky then recovering up to P8 now, Prudish then down to P9, still doing a good job then on his ALR debut here tonight then. Fantastic stuff indeed. Reflection then into the top 10 as well now, but being chased by Styles for that top 10 position as well. Then Mushroom then P12 with Vintage all over the gearbox as well then in the McLaren. Oh dear, he's had an issue then into the Castle section then. I think he got it slowed down just in time to avoid any contact with the wall there. So that was pretty good stuff indeed from Vintage, but he's lost a bit of time then with having to correct the car then as well. Then Legend is out in P14 then on the hard compound tyres. Equaz 5 seconds further back then on the fresh hard compound tyres in P15, but we'll wait and see then what they're going to do. And then are they going to be able to get those hard compound tyres to the end of the Grand Prix is the question. We'll find out. And there we go then, lap 28 then has commenced then with Cam leading the way then by 9 seconds now. Then Travazza then has got a comfortable gap then back to Kieran, who's under pressure from Tori then. Tori inherits that P3 position then with the aid of the DRS then into turn 1. Then Tori into the podium places, or back into the podium places I should say. Very nicely done indeed then for the Williams team then. Kieran might be trying to fight back as well then. Lewis in P5, sorry, currently, then he's probably going to be thinking about a pit stop as well. Then the same for Kieran then. Kieran's got 2 lap older tyres than the Mercedes right behind him now as well. Then Vessia then is going to try and fight then. I thought Kieran was going to go for a move there, but that was well, it was too far behind unfortunately to make that move, and stays P4 then. Vessia then P6, Marsky in P7 then, looking good indeed for Marsky and for Marky as well then. That's going to get confusing for me later on in the race, as they've both recovered nicely then as well in this Grand Prix so far then. As we go into sector 2 then, Marky is breathing down the neck then of that Red Bull, or breathing down the gearbox of that Red Bull I should say, as Prudish there as well doing a good job in P9. Then Reflection is P10 then, trying to catch up to this queue that's forming then at the top of the order for the final podium place as it stands. And well, in the meantime, whilst this field is getting bunched up then, in the meantime Legend and Equaz then are motoring up very nicely then to the back of the queue, and they of course are going to be on much fresher tyres than the rest of the field then when they do decide to call it a day on those current tyres I should say. As here comes Cam then. Is Cam going to think about a pit stop anytime soon? It looks like he's carrying on then on to lap 29 then. Travazza though, I'm sure he'll be thinking about a pit stop then as we go through then on to lap 29. Is he coming in this time? He's going to the left of the circuit, but he's staying out for the time being. And he's happy with that then. Good stuff indeed. And lap 29 then commences. 21 laps on the hard compound tyres. Do you reckon they can get another set of hard compound tyres on to the end of the Grand Prix from here then? I'm sure that's what the Haas then of Legend and the Racing Bull of Equaz are thinking. So we'll wait and see then what they can do in this race as well then. Tori then holds on to P3 then as we go into turn 1. Can he hold on into turn 3? Serious Mushrooms in the pit lane. He's done 16 laps on the medium compound tyres. That's a pretty good stint indeed. Heading into turn 3 though. Kieran closing in then. Is he close enough though? Not quite then. Lewis then stays P5. Vessia P6. Then Marsky in P7. Markey in P8. And Prudish in P9. Into the pits comes Mushroom then. So Mushroom is going to be coming out in P... Oh dear, that's a very odd pit exit there for Mushroom. He's got himself back on track though. Very nicely done indeed. And yes, similar to Equaz and Legend then, he is going to be going for the undercut now on those who are going to have to make their pit stops again. Then the two ahead of Mushroom won't have to pit again, I'm pretty sure, but the rest ahead of them will have to make their pit stops, and I think Legend's made his way past Vintage there. Not sure if there was something going on down there, but they've got themselves sorted. Vintage has had an issue, that's what, because he was behind Styles, wasn't he? There, no, was he behind Mushroom? I think he might have been behind Mushroom. Oh goodness me, I don't even know. They're all over the place, and they're all doing a good job so far in this race. Then that's all I have to say. So there we go on to lap 30. Then is Cam going to pit? Then Cam stays out. Then is Srivatsa going to pit now? Is the question as well. Then because Srivatsa's tyres then have done 22 laps then as well. Then there's going to be 21 and a half laps to go in this Grand Prix, but he carries on then. And here comes the pack. Kieran shaping for the pit lane. Is he coming in? He is coming into the pit lane as Kieran then. And he gets the car slowed down on 16 laps as well on these medium compound tyres. Then he's had enough and he's going to come into the pit lane. When you've done enough, kicks over. I don't know what, yeah, I can't say the other company's name because it would be false advertising. When you've done enough, kick Sauber, and into the pits, and out of the way he goes then, out of the box he goes then I should say, and out of the pit lane he is going to be, it's going to be close, he is ahead of Equaz into turn 2. So Equaz then will have the DRS then down towards turn 3 and warmer tyres then at this rate. And, well, I don't think he's close enough to make the move then, unfortunately, then, but there is the McLaren Vintage entering through. Legend then is up in P11 for the time being, and looking to make some moves then in the next few laps or so as well then. So it's just a question of when the pit stops will start to happen. If not, no wait, what? I don't even know what I'm saying. Right then, lap 30 is almost complete for our race leaders then. Let's see if we're going to see something going on then in the pit stop window now then, because both Srivatsa and Tori have got the oldest tyres of the field, apart from Dark Shadow Robin, who's done fair play to Dark Shadow, who's doing a good job on soldiering on out here, and potentially, if you can get yourself the fastest lap point towards the end of the race, we can get all 16 drivers remaining in this Grand Prix a point as well then, or point scored I should say then as well then. So let's see how it all plays out then. But Lewis Riley is starting to struggle on his medium compound tyres. He's being caught by Vessia now as we head through onto lap 31 then. The race leader stays out then. Srivatsa also stays out then. Goodness me. 23 laps then on the hard compound tyres then. Vessia has inherited P4 then. He has passed Lewis Riley who's in the pit lane. And that is why he's lost a few places there. I was wondering what was going on. But he has got himself off, or will be getting himself off those medium combat tyres. Same for Styles as well. Then Styles into the pits as well. Then for Ferrari. Kieran has passed Vintage then up into P12. Then he's now got Equaz for contention as well. Then as we head in towards turn 1, then Equaz is trying to get himself through. And he is through, is he? Yes, he is. Riley then coming out of the pit lane will be in P13 behind this pack then. Oh god, I thought he was going to go right into the back of Vintage then, but thankfully it was not the case. But I think he will get himself past Vintage then with the aid of some DRS and some battery as well. Then Styles then out in P14. I think he did, but he's on 4-lap old hard compound tyres then. They should be still able to get to win the race then. We've seen Srivatsa do 24 laps on his hard compound tyres. No problem indeed. Well, he's still going on those hard compound tyres. I'm not sure if he realised he might need to make a pit stop at this rate, but he's just having a casual drive at the moment and enjoying himself out there then. Good stuff. Right then, Marsky then up into P5 then is chasing after Vessia then. Of course, Marsky and Cam have got the freshest tyres of the field because they pit under the safety car then all those laps ago now. And so Marsky then is looking in a good spot here actually. Marky as well chasing them down. Of course, I don't know how many fresh tyres Marky has got then in this, remaining in this race I should say. So maybe that's the same for Srivatsa as well. Then they're trying to save the tyres as well to at least go on a fresher set then when they do have to make another stop in this race. And here comes Marky then looking to shape for a move for that P5 position, and Reflections being brought along with him, as is Prudish as well. Then here we go then down the main straight. Then the rear wing opens up for the Williams there, and There is a car in front of us. That is Vessia then. So Marsky didn't get DRS then, but Vessia is going very slowly down the main straight. He's burnt a lot of battery then as Vessia. And here comes Marky down the inside into turn 2. They're going to go side by side through here. Then goodness me, there's a bit of a clout then, I think, then on the exit. Yes, there was a bit of a clout there on the exit then as well then, but goodness me, they thankfully managed to keep it out of the wall. But Marsky holds on then. I think there was, yes, I think it was just on the exit of that corner then, two cars into one then. It's sometimes a bit difficult then. Vessia then has had an issue somewhere because he's lost out. And Marsky now up into P5, stays P5, but he's now caught back up to Vessia then as well. Then Vessia's on slightly over tyres, but they shouldn't be too bad at this stage. Then Legend has now got himself in the mix then. We've got a yellow flag. It's for Dark Shadow then. He's coming into the pit lane, that's why. That was Prudish getting a penalty then as well then, goodness me. I thought that was Dark Shadow getting a 5-second speeding in the pit lane, then Prudish has got a 3-second penalty then for corner cutting then. I think that might have been the slight curb that sticks out then going into the castle section there, but he's now all over the back then of Reflection, heading through here into sector 3 momentarily. Then they can see Legend is gaining on them as well then in the background. Well, Dark Shadow into the pits then, medium compound tyres going on then for the Mercedes driver. He's back underway. Nobody in the top of the order then making their pit stop. Well, that's Car at the moment. Then 11 seconds ahead then for the time being. Heading on to the main straight this time then will Srivatsa make a call. He is going to stay out again then. So the hard compound tyres are no worry then for Srivatsa. Then they're no worry for Tori either. He's done 21 laps now on those hard compound tyres. They're looking good indeed then. Here comes the pack then. And here comes Marky then on the attack as well. Then into turn 1. He's not close enough to make the move then on the Red Bull heading through turn 1. But isn't going to be close enough then on the exit. And into turn 2 then. Lewis Riley has passed Equaz for P11. Back to this battle here then. Is there DRS for the Red Bull car then? No, there isn't then, but Marky is not being close enough then into the braking zone. They were going to be very, very quickly there into turn 3, and he stays P6 for now. Reflection and Prudish joining the battle as well then. Soon Legend and Kieran will join the battle as well then. Goodness me, that will be very spicy indeed then, because they're trying to get to the end of the race from here then. I'm sure the top 8 then all have to make another pit stop, I'm sure, in this race. Then we'll wait and see then when they have to make that stop then and what they do. But we will find out very soon. Evening ALR Warriors, says Stephen Anthony as well then. Good stuff indeed. Stephen Anthony, and of course I think they would be very happy about racing in 100%. But he is here then. He has joined us as well then, and he's looking to wish goodwill and good luck then to all the 16 drivers remaining. Unfortunately, then we've had 2 retirements in this race, and I don't want to say anything about retirements because I will jinx it and cause somebody to retire. But they've done a fantastic job so far in this race then on lap 33, soon to be lap 34, soon to be lap 44 would be nice, soon to be lap 34, and fair play indeed then to the remaining drivers in this race then, who have been putting on a fantastic show of consistency and commitment as well then, of course. It's a very difficult track then, it's a very difficult race indeed then, and here comes Marsky then to try and get himself that P4 position then. Can he do it now as he tries to take the place then? I think Vessia then peeling to the pit lane then, so he does peel off then in the pits, and he's done 20 laps on his hard compound tyres, and he's called it a day then on those hard compound tyres as well then. Legend then Prudish also in the pits as well then for the Alpine team. So there's going to be a few opting for the undercut here then. Where will Vessia come out? There is a question. He will be I think just ahead potentially of Hungry Styles then, who has taken the place from Vintage as well there. Vintage of course has yet to pit then as well. They might be thinking about a pit stop in the near future then. Prudish on the medium compound tyres will come out in P15, but he will be going to the end of the Grand Prix here, I am sure. So we'll wait and see then how it plays out there for the Alpine. Cracking stuff indeed. Right then. We go now on to lap 34, and here comes Marky then, once again trying to get himself past Marvski, and there's too many M's, but there we go then. Marvski then was about to make that move on Vessia then, but of course Vessia did come into the pit lane then to get himself on a new set of hard compound tyres to the end of the Grand Prix from here. He has currently got the freshest tyres of the field, the same with Prudish as well then on the medium compound tyres then. It's going to be quite a stretch then to get the mediums to the end of the Grand Prix from here as well then for the Alpine. We'll wait and see then if he can do it. That is the next question then. Can you get to the end of the Grand Prix then with those tyres, or with the tyres you have chosen? I'm sure the hards can probably do it. We can see that they're doing 27 laps or more. for Srivatsa. Then into the pits comes a race leader. Then Cam is calling it a day. Then will that mean that the Haas can decide to come into the pits as well? Then, or will he stay out once again? Then, as he does 28 laps. Then soon to be then on his hard compound tyres. Cam in the pit lane. Then Tori is coming into the pits as well. Then. So we are seeing some more stoppers. Then Marvsky is going to inherit. Well, he's going to inherit P3 actually. I thought he was going to inherit P2 at one point. Legend back up to P4 then. Legend, of course, has made his stop. Then 8 laps to go. Then Kieran up into P5. Then Lewis P6. Sorry. Equaz P7. Then where is Tori? Then Martin's in the pits. Going to have to double stack on his teammate there. But I think it was quite quick then for the Williams team. Reflections also in the pit lane for the medium compound tyres as well then. So there we are then. A lot of drivers then sorting out their strategy. As out of the pit lane. Where is Hungry Styles? Where is Reflection there? Goodness me, that was close. And well, there's Hungry Styles is almost pushing Reflection through turn 2. Medium compound tyres then for Marky are slightly older than as well, of course, there, but he's going to have to try and hope that they can hold on to the end of the Grand Prix from here. But fair play indeed then for Marky then, who has recovered nicely in this race as well then. Out in front, the gaps have all started to calm down a bit now. Marvsky's carried on, then he's going to have to think about a pit stop, I'm sure. Same for this man here then, Srivatsa then, who leads by 4 seconds, but that gap's going to come down pretty quick indeed. Srivatsa's the definition of tyre management tonight then, says Stephen Anthony then. Why wouldn't I be happy and 100% then? I raced in Spa. That was last year. So it was a long time ago now. No, I meant as in you've got other priorities to look after rather than doing 2 hours of racing, that is, on a Sunday evening. Oh God, then Prudish and Vintage and almost through the castle section. He's applying the pressure then, and that back end then from McLaren is not happy there as well. As we go through, then Prudish does take the place. I'll get back to the comments in just a jiffy. Oh God, that was close as well then for Vintage as well, but well held for the McLaren driver as well there. Yes, so I said you wouldn't be happy because you probably have some other priorities to look after here on the Sunday evening. Srivatsa is the definition of tyre management as well. Then yes, he is. He's done what? Is he going to carry on this lap? He has carried on this lap. Sorry, he's done 28 laps. At the end of this one, it'll be 29. He's going to have to worry about a puncture, I'm sure, at some point, because this is going to get quite spicy indeed. Then Delta has said, "Hope your night's going well." Then good commentary. Then cheers. I'll try my best, but it's not very good. So we see what happens. But to be fair, good commentary is probably based on. Oh dear, we've got a safety car. I said I was going to say good commentary is probably based on the entertaining racing. There's a safety car here, and that's going to be very interesting indeed. Well, what's going to happen here? Right then, we've got a bit of a break once again then. Second safety car of the evening. Vessia's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. What's happened there for Vessia? Well, that's a bit odd actually. I'm not sure what's gone on there for Vessia. Well, are we going to see some drivers stay out then, or are we going to see some back in the pit lane there for a new set of boots then? Srivatsa's probably going to pit. So Stephen Anthony's comment about the tyre management was right, but he's going to have to get rid of those tyres now. 29 laps on the hard compound tyres, and they are probably done now. Unfortunately, Dark Shadow then the latest retirement of the race, and as well then two retirements then have caused have caused safety cars. One retired then in the runoff area. Sorry, that was it. Unfortunately then two becomes one. No, 2 becomes 2 because there's 2 safety cars. Right then, Srivatsa then into the pit lane. Cam will carry on then, so Cam then is staying out. Then Srivatsa is going to be very glad to call it a day on those hard compound tyres, I am sure. Yes, let's see what he does next then. Same for Marsky as well then. Marsky filters into the pit lane. Legend is going to stay out then. Legend's on 10-lap-old hard compound tyres. They are going to be a bit of a struggle to the end of this race, I'm sure. Kieran then stays out as well. Then hard compound tyres for Srivatsa. Then on the exit, then Lewis is going to sneak past and take P4. Srivatsa P5. Then Marvsky then trundling out of the pit lane. Is he going to be ahead then of the Aston Martin and Vessia? Then it's going to be very close indeed on the exit. Then I think he's going to be ahead. And in P8 then, good stuff indeed. Unfortunately for Vessi, he's going to have to serve that drive-through penalty then after the safety car has gone then as well then. So it's a big shame indeed, as Vintage is in the pitch as well then. Vintage has done a good job then, and Vintage will inherit the final points paying position as points are down to 50 from here in the 100% meter. Ultimate flex it will be to not pit so Stephen Anthony. He just carries on and does, what is it, going to be like 45 laps on the hard compound tyres. We'll be curious to know the wear of Srivatsa's tyres as well, and I'm sure it will be able to... Oh god, vintage! Well, well, what's happened there? Oh dear, he's got damage as well. Oh no. Well, he's going to be able to come back to the pit lane and hopefully catch up before the safety car comes back in. But the problem he's got as well now is that he has used his new set of medium compound tyres at the same time as well there. So, oh, that's a bit odd. That's a bit of an issue then as well for McLaren. Then he's doing a good job then with Vintage and to stay in the race and stay on to the points paying positions. But it's just. Well, I think that might be what happened to Markey in the qualifying, to be fair, because Markey didn't set a lap in qualifying because he got disqualified coming out of the pit lane. That is not ideal, says Stephen Anthony then. No, it doesn't look ideal, does it then? But Vintage is going to soldier on, I'm sure, because he is the true Geordie himself then, so he knows how to do things. And he will get himself back to the pit lane and sort out a new front wing on that car then. And he will be in prime position still to inherit a point at least, because we don't know what's going to happen then in this race. Well, we do know that there's going to be quite a few drivers and out of kilter towards the end of the Grand Prix then, because they're going to have differences of tyre life. There's going to be quite a few that are going to be very interested in making some places towards the end of this race then, if they aren't then on the restart of this race, I should say. But Cam, well, he's on 3-lap-old medium compound tyres, so I'm not sure he'll be too worried about that. Vintage, then I think, will have to get himself back in the box then to service that McLaren again. Then, unfortunately, there, and he is coming into the box now as well. Then to get that. Lewis Riley has left the session. Then, well, hopefully he can get himself back in the session quickly as well. Then into the pits then comes Vintage. He has got a new nose cone going on. Then soft compound tyres going on as well. Then. They might be able to get to the end of the race for a bit, to be fair. They won't be too bad, I don't think, in terms of comparing them to the medium compound tyres. Then I have no tyres or talent, says Mushroom. Well, you've got something in the car for the time being, and you've got some talent because it's P13. It could be worse. Vintage then out of the pit lane this time, then safely on the soft compound tyres. Then we'll be playing a bit of catch up as well now for McLaren. Evening Mushroom, then you can do it. Keep the faith, then, says Stephen Anthony as well. Then, as I think Lewis Riley has rejoined just in time as well, then, because we're going to be hopefully restarting at the end of this lap, which means we've got 12 laps of 13 laps of racing action, if I can do my maths correctly. Then, so we'll wait and see. Then Vintage is trundling along. Oh dear, what's happened to Vintage? And has he got issues down at McLaren there? No, he's not accelerating very quickly, is he though? So I think that might be some sort of problem there for McLaren. Vintage is really having some problems. Maybe that crack into the pit exit, I should say, then disabled something in the car. I think Lewis Riley is back in, so that's good. But Vintage then is really having some issues, it looks like. So hopefully he's got enough then in the car then to get him to the checkered flag. What's going on for Vintage? He is really having some problems out there, and the bigger problem as well then for Vintage as well, if he doesn't catch up with the safety car queue then, and he is all right to carry on racing, that is, then the safety car will peel away and get on with the race then without Vintage included in the queue. As Prudish is back in the pit lane, so he is calling it then on the medium compound tyres after 5 laps. But of course he's done a couple of those laps by soft compound tyres going on the Alpine. That is very interesting indeed, and he'll be looking to go quickly then towards the end of this race as well. Then potentially that just shows that Vintage's call isn't a too shabby one as well then, because unless Vintage is going to come back to the pit lane now, but that is going to soldier on as well then and crack on then onto lap 39. We're going to have 12 laps of racing now, because we are going to restart then hopefully at the end of lap 39 onto lap 40. And we will see how it goes from there. So there's a few soft compound runners at the back of the field. And could they make it a bit spicy towards the end of this race? Then we'll find out very soon. And there you go. The evening Stephen Anthony, I'm scared, says Mushroom. No need to be scared. Your teammate is in front of you this time, so it's all good. Styles did hit Mushroom with the safety car. It was on the previous side. So this time it's time for Mushroom to return the favour. I say that in jest because I do not want that to happen. Do not do that, Mushroom, if you can hear me. So there we go. Right then, we crack on. Safety car will be in this lap then, and we can restart them with 12 laps of action to unfold. And it is. There we go. Good time indeed. Right then, we can crack on now then for the restart of this race. Once again, Cam doing his second restart of the night. And let's see what he does this time as we wait for the safety car to get himself back to the pit lane. And we can resume. And we will resume then with 12 laps of action then to unfold then. Whose tyres are going to be able to get to the end of the race from here then comfortably? Then it's going to be an interesting one to see. As Vintage is now caught up to the queue, which is good stuff as well from Vintage. You have 0-0 wings then, says Stephen Anthony. They're good stuff. Well, I don't. But yes, we'll see. Right, here comes the race leader then, Cam, to set ourselves underway then. When will he drop the hammer and go then? Of course, he's got fresher tyres than Legend behind him. And he has gone now then, and here comes Kieran then. Is Kieran going to try and get himself past then into turn one? Then it's late on the brakes from Legend then to hold on to that position then, but can Kieran then with a slightly fresher tyres swoop through then into turn 1 and 2? No, not quite. And we've got some moves because Tori and Equaz, and there's been a nudge from I think the Red Bull as well there, but there's not much the Red Bull could do about that, could they? But there we are then as we head through then, and here comes Marky as well then. Marky's on the attack then in the other Williams car then as we head into turn 3, trying to go round the outside then of Reflection. Oh God, that's close indeed. But not quite, and now Prudish on the soft compound tyres is trying to get his nose in there too. Then he's passed both the Ferraris and he's on the charge on those soft compound tyres as well here then. But of course the question is for the soft compound tyres then, how long will they hold out then? As here comes the Alpine looking to shape for a move down the inside into the braking zone. He's made that move stick, then he's up into P11 I should say, sorry. Of course, that penalty then as well is pending then for, as Vessia will have to serve his drive-through penalty, won't he, at some point soon as well, because I completely missed that as well. Then Cam has got himself a 3-second lead then out there. Then Cam is absolutely loving it in Baku. Doesn't matter the safety cars for Cam, then he is just going to go enjoy himself out here then in the sunshine. Prudish then looking to try and get his way through. Mark it down to P12 then, of course. Mark is going the longer game on these moving compound tyres. The question is, the problem is can they hold on? As he's done 10 laps on them already as well here. He's got another 12, not 12 now, but he's got another 10 to go or so. Vessia is going to have to come to the pit lane and serve that drive-through penalty, or face being disqualified in this race. Then Cam sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Then Kieran is putting pressure on Legend for P2, heading into the pit lane. Then Vessia then is into the box and to serve the drive-through penalty then, and he has got himself slowed down in time then, thankfully. Kieran then is on a charge. He's fending off Lewis into turn 2 then. Oh God, there's contact at turn 2 with Lewis then as we head through then, and that could open the office for Vatson to try and sneak through. DRS now available as well for all the drivers as we head through here. Then yellow flag still out there, but I think that's just for the previous safety car. Then Legend and Kieran has got the place. There's an Aston Martin. That's Reflection in the background. There's had an issue there. Goodness me, what's happened to Reflection? And Tori and Srivatsa have switched places. Then Srivatsa on the higher compound tyres then is struggling to get them warmed up then on this restart. And Tori sneaks through for P5 then. Fantastic. Prudish is up to 8th place then. Marski and Marky then are up into the top 10 as well. Then Hungry Styles then chasing them down. Then Reflection. We've got Prudish and Equaz now heading through into the Castle section. Prudish is making those soft compound tyres work wonders here. But of course, the question is, how can will they hold on then for the next 10 laps as well, is the other issue that he might be facing out there. Goodness me, it's epic stuff indeed. But we just want to make sure it's nice and clean at the same time. I don't want to deal with any incidents, although I think I probably will be at the end of this one. Then Legend then is trying to hold on then to the DRS range of all that car sliding is going to cost him though. We've got to try and hold on to the DRS range of Kieran then as well. Then Kieran's got 3 lap younger tyres than the Haas driver. Then Lewis Riley then is looking to get himself in the mix here as well. Then of course he's got a problem as well. Then he's going to have to do 10 more laps on his medium compound tyres, similar to Marky then. So we'll wait and see then, but he's going to get himself up into P3 now anyway, and he inherits that position now and passing for the podium places as well here. Heading into turn 1 then, Tory getting that car slowed down just in time then, but he's now trying to breathe down the neck then of Legend as well for that P4 position. Then Srivatsa in the Haas is trying to get himself in the mix as well then, as Legend and Tory then I think just fighting then for that position as we go through here then, and Srivatsa's all over the back of the Williams as well. Then Marvke is past Equaz for P8 then, and up into P8 goes the Red Bull driver then heading through into turn 3. I thought I was going to get contacted, but that's not a word, but there we go then. Heading through into turn 3, and there's an Alpine diving down the inside. There's contact then between the Haas and the Alpine. Going through into turn 4 then, and now into turn 5 then. I think he's held position. There's more contact then, and there's the Alpine has just booted out Srivatsa out of the way then. Goodness me there, Srivatsa's not going to be very happy with that one, I'm sure. But he has got himself back underway then as well. Then goodness me, then that was very bad stuff indeed to see. And yeah, I'm sure the Alpine of British is going to be under investigation from Srivatsa at least after that one. God, that was very aggressive stuff indeed. And the problem he's got then, of course, is after that penalty is in the mix then as well, and he's going to drop then out of the top 10, I'm sure, with the 3-second penalty then to be added to his race time here. Those soft compound tyres as well are going to have to do quite a stint and to hold on then to get himself to the end of this race in this 9-lap sprint now to the end of the Grand Prix here. We've got 8 seconds out in front then for Cam, who is having a great time. And Kieran then into P2. Brilliant race indeed from Kieran as well then to get himself back in the podium contention as well. Then Lewis Riley in P3, then Legend in P4 is under pressure from Tory. Then Tory is trying to go around the outside at turn 1, and this could get spicy indeed. And Prudish and Marvsky have had a bit of a ding-dong battle as well then as we head through then into turn 2. Then Prudish has taken the place, then Legend and Tory still fighting though. Who's got the DRS then as Srivatsa's back in the pit lane. Srivatsa's calling it a day then on those hard compound tyres already then, as it might got some damage there as well with the contact. Then here comes Legend on the attack then into turn 3. He's too far back and stays in P5 for now. Goodness me, soft compound tyres going on for the Haas driver Srivatsa as well then, as he aims to take the fastest lap point as well here. Hungry Styles having a P10, then Reflection P11 for now, then Mushroom P12, then Vintage is doing a cruise job then as well, then cruising up into P13 then on the soft compound tyres. Then Kenny Hopron then vested, then having served that drive-through penalty then is trying to get himself back in the mix for the Aston Martin driver. Then Srivatsa then is in the final points paying position then and looking to get himself an extra point as well then for the fastest lap then on those soft compound tyres. We'll wait and see what he can do. Lewis then is trying to chase down Kieran for that P2 position here as well then. The problem both the cars behind Kieran have got, then, especially and for Prudish as well, to be fair, is that their tyre life is probably going to be falling off the cliff very soon. Especially for the likes of Lewis and Markey as well then out there. We've got some issues probably to unfold then in terms of the getting those tyres to the finish line. But we'll wait and see then what they can do as we head through now into the main straight to start off lap 44 then. DRS is available then for the Alpine then as we head down towards that first turn. Then he's closing in, but he's not closing in quick enough then, and here comes Marvsky. Marvsky's going to go for it then as well then as we head into turn 1. Round the outside goes the Alpine. It's going to be close indeed on the exit then, but he has snuck ahead then I think into P5. Marvsky then was closing in at a rate of knots there as well. Goodness me, then the Legends had an issue then. He's trying to get the traction down. He's lost out then, unfortunately. Then we saw Srivatsa do a fantastic stint then as Mushroom has passed Vintage for P12. What's going on there then? Don't weave when you've got DRS open. That is dangerous. But Mushroom likes to live on the edge. But there we go then. So Marvsky then has passed Legend as well. Then Legend had a bit of a snap then coming out of the corner then of turn 2. And that's cost him a place then, unfortunately, then to the Red Bull driver then, who's doing a fantastic job out here then, as is everyone still in the race then. Unfortunately, 3 retirements then in this Grand Prix then have been costing them, but everyone now who finishes the Grand Prix will score a point then. So all you need to do is make sure you finish the race. You don't have to go for anything too ambitious. Just make sure you get to the checkered flag then. Lap 44 then, soon to become lap 45 then. We're going to have 7 more laps of racing. The real problem we've got though for drivers out there then is the tyres, especially for Lewis. Then Lewis is going to have to do 7. Now you can see that the tyres are not behaving nicely out there then for Lewis, and he's going to be putting himself under pressure then from Tory as well then. How long can the soft compound tyres last for Prudish as well then? And for Vintage in the McLaren then, we'll wait and see then. Can they hold on to their positions then, or will they be demoted down the order then at the checkered flag then? Well, Prudish will lose 3 seconds, that's for sure. And he will lose at least 3 places then, potentially more as well then. Equaz under pressure with Markey as well then. Oh, we've got some pit stop there, haven't we? We've got Tory passing for P3 then, back up into the podium places then for the Williams driver then. Fantastic. And more moves then. Marvsky then passing Prudish for P5. No, he's back through. He's back through then on the exit end of turn 1 then. Goodness me. Equaz, I think, passed Legend there for P7 as well now, so they're back in the mix then. There's Hungry Styles then in the waiting in the wings as well then. Marvsky then, can he get himself back through then into turn 3? He's too far back to try and challenge the Alpine then for that position though, as Srivatsa sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix then. Fantastic, 41.381 then from the Haas driver there. Brilliant stuff indeed. And well, once again, as it was in qualifying, in the middle of the pack is where the spice is at, and that is where we've got the action unfolding in these last few laps here then in Baku as well there. Fantastic stuff indeed. I keep saying it, but really is a credit then to all the drivers. And Martin's got damage, and that end plate missing on the right hand side of the Red Bull. He's going to have to be very careful then. There's more damage then. That's an Alpine. That's an Alpine of Prudish then, who's gone off the circuit. Then he's had a spin at the top of the castle section there. And Mushroom's gone through then. Unfortunately then, he must have clouted the wall. He's got a 3-second penalty then. That would be the move. But unfortunately then, he's struggling to get the car back underway. And unfortunately he's dropping down then to P14. And yeah, he needs to make sure he doesn't go too quickly, because otherwise those walls will claim the victim, or another victim I should say then, as we head through the rest of the laps. And unfortunate there as well, we saw on the exit of the corner he just seemed to go off there, the top of the castle hill then as well then. And this is where it's going to get spicy indeed, because trying to go flat out through here then is not going to work. Please slow down, please slow down. Oh, he's done it. Very good stuff indeed. That's actually very good. It's fantastic. Right then, yes, like I said, go to the pit lane, go for a fastest lap point then, try and steal away Srivatsa's 1 point, I should say then, as he gets himself into the box then and slows the car down as well then. Fair play indeed. Getting it back in one piece then, putting on a new front wing then is the next target then, and going for that fastest lap point then. There is still 5 laps in this race to unfold as Srivatsa's back in the pit lane actually. Oh. He's retired from the race. Okay. Well, unfortunately, you won't get the fastest lap point then if you're not in the Grand Prix. So that's unfortunate for Srivatsa then. He got himself the fastest lap point and he decided that he didn't want to do it anymore. Fair enough, I suppose, but whatever. There we go then. Right then, we've got a fight then in the podium places then. Tory then is all over the back then of Kieran then for that P2 position, I should say. Lewis Riley then is starting to struggle on those medium compound tyres as well there. Marsky then is probably in a good spot there in the Red Bull that unfortunately has got that right end plate damage then, which is probably costing a bit of pace as well then in this Grand Prix so far. Equaz then P6 as it stands then. Legend in P7, sorry, but he's being chased by Markey. Then Markey's probably just holding on at this point then. Those hard medium compound tyres are going to be struggling at shore at this rate then on the Williams car. Hungry Stars P9 as trying to chase after Markey and Legend as well. Then potentially Stars could be on for a good haul of points here tonight as well. Then Reflection, fair play to Reflection as well. Then he's had a difficult start to this race and he's now in P10 then, looking to score 5 points or more. Tory has passed then into turn 1 then for P2 then. He has made the move then. Markey has also passed. Williams are on the move here then. Markey passes for P7 down the inside at turn 1 then as well. Good stuff indeed from both Williams drivers, making moves at the same corner. But Kieran might have something to say about that then, because Kieran is fighting back then into turn 3 and he's got the inside line then, and into turn 3 we go then. They're going to be side by side then on the exit then. Tory's now got the inside line for turn 4, and goodness me, that's close indeed, but very well raced indeed as well then from both drivers. Well done there from my point of view then. Fantastic then. Equaz then in P6 and he's got a bit of clear air then between him and the car behind and the car in front, to be fair as well. Then Legend and Styles and Reflection are now in the mix as well then, and they are being caught. They're in the queue now with Markey. And Marky's just wants to hold on then and hold on for that P7 position. Reflection has passed Styles somewhere. Then Reflection's up into P9. Then he's on a charge. Now is Reflection. Good stuff indeed. Lap 47. Soon to become lap 48. Then 4 laps of racing to unfold then in front of our very eyes as we head through then into lap 48 now for our race leader. Or very soon we will. As we cruise through then, there's going to be a limit at some point where there's no safety car as well, isn't there? So I'm looking forward to that then. I think it might be on the next lap after this one. So nobody listening, call the safety car, please. So there we go then. Legend then trying to get himself to the checkered flag. Then was going to be doing 24 laps on these tyres. Then of course he didn't pit under the second safety car. Then he pitted just before. Same as Equaz as well then. So Equaz and Legend have stayed out under this second safety car and trying to get those hard compound tyres to the end of the race from here. Here comes Tori and Kieran. Then Kieran has taken the lead. Sorry, taken the P2 position because the leader's so far in the distance. He's 11 seconds away. I forgot about him. But once again, can Tori this time return the favour then into turn 3. Then Legend is back past Marky and up into P7 now. Good stuff indeed, and Marky might try and get himself back through them, but again, Marky's main problem I think now is just getting those tyres to the end of the race as well at this stage then of the Grand Prix. Then Tori is staying P3, then he can't get himself back past the kick Sauber then at this stage as we head through then onto lap 48. Then Reflection and Styles once again having their battle. Then Reflection back past Styles as we go through here, and yeah, Reflection this time has held on to P9 and looking to chase after the pack then. Oh dear. Right then, Marky has lost out to Legend then, and Legend then is trying to get his way up the road. Then of course Marky just trying to hold on to the aid of the DRS then of the Haas driver then as we head through the last few laps of this Grand Prix. My goodness me then, fair play indeed then to everyone who's got themselves through this race so far then. Unfortunately 4 retirements then, one in the pit lane then, 2 big crashes then, and 1 retirement then in the runoff area as well as unfortunately retired then 4 drivers then in this Grand Prix. But there we go then. It is Azerbaijan for a reason then. It is a wall magnet. Is it? Or what's that? I'm not sure if that's a term really. But anyway, it will try and grab you when it those walls. And fair play indeed then to all the drivers who have managed to stay out of those walls as well for so long in this race as well. Then lap 49 as there seems to be some issues going on there, but hopefully that's on my end and not everywhere else. There we go then as we head through then on to lap 49 then. No more safety cars allowed then as Vessier passes Mushroom for P11 into turn 1 then. So Vessier on his recovery mission then after that drive-through penalty then is back up into P11 now then. 5 points on the board then for the Aston Martin driver of course in the championship hunt then, with Kieran getting himself a podium then as well then, and Equaz running in P6 currently as well then. That is not good news for Vessier then as it stands then, but of course we have still got a few races to go after this one. I think we've got 7 races, I think something like that. But there we go. Right then. I keep saying right then because I'm getting out of breath. I've been out of breath since lap 1, to be fair. But there we go then. Yeah, I keep saying it as well. I'm absolutely amazed by all these drivers. And they've done almost 51 laps of this circuit then in pure racing speed as well. Then they have kept their concentration to the max then as well then, and kept consistent as well. Then the fair play indeed then to everyone who is just soldiering out there and getting to that checkered flag. Then it's nearly there, and everyone deserves a medal then for their efforts as well tonight and putting this show on then here in Baku. Then it's been an absolutely fantastic race. There's a lot of strategy involved and there's been 2 safety cars in the mix as well then of course, and that plays havoc with the strategy I'm sure as well then for those drivers out there. Then lap 50 of 51, the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix then underway. Then here comes Tori then on the attack. Then can he get himself back up into P2 as they cross the line then? Not quite then into turn 1 that is, but of course there is still a lap and a half to go, well 2 laps to go really. Marky, can he get himself past Legend then for P7? Not quite then. Marky stays P8, I should say. You can't go backwards if you're trying to overtake, but he stays P8 for now. Again, maybe a lot of drivers harvesting the battery out there then to try and get themselves to that checkered flag. Then Hungry Styles then holding on to P10 then. He's got to do 2 more laps then to hold on to that 10th place as well then. in this Grand Prix. Then out in front, then we've got out in front we've got Cam then with a 9-second lead. The gap is coming down to Kieran at this rate, and those medium compound tyres might be a bit worse for wear, but all Cam is trying to do now, I'm sure, is just focus on getting himself to the checkered flag. He just needs to make sure that those tyres remain intact, then he doesn't get any silly damage, silly warnings or anything like that. Then he just needs to get to the finish line here then. Let's see what he can do tonight then, as well, as we go down the hill then to finish off the penultimate lap of the race then, with one more to go. And Tori then is getting closer and closer then to the back of that kick Sauber as we go through here then. Goodness me, he's clouted the wall on the exit then as well then. If he's got damage, that might be costly, but it doesn't look like it. Then that rear, front wing, looks intact. The rear wing looks intact as well, to be fair. But there we are. Marsky then is chasing after Lewis Riley. Could Marsky be on for a P4 finish here? Then we'll wait and see then. Can he get himself in the mix then with the DRS then onto the main straight? He's within the 1 second window then, is Marsky, and he might be thinking about this then as a potential best race of the season then for the Red Bull driver. Then fair play indeed. Markey then on the attack then as we head on to the final lap of the Grand Prix. Can Markey go for it here then into turn one? He's getting closer, then he's going to go for the inside. He stays behind then, he stays in P8 for now. Hungry Styles then as well then in the DRS of reflection then is going to be hoping to hold on then, as we got Markey and Legend into turn two then on the exit. Then Markey's got a great run, but of course will that remove the DRS as well? But no, there's no DRS for either of them. What? Okay. That's a bit odd. Marsky then is now... Oh, we've got yellow flags. It's Vintage who's had an issue then. Goodness me, Vintage... maybe he thought it was the last lap then. Vintage needs to get himself to the checkered flag. Then he's on for on for 3 points actually here. He needs to get himself to the checkered flag then, and hopefully he can then as well. We'll wait and see then. Tory then, can he make a move then for that P2 position? Then he'll have to do it on the main straight then at the final part of the race. Then out in front, Cam then is going to go into sector 3 momentarily. We'll come back to that because we want to see all the battles then as well. Then Legend has passed Markey. Sorry, Markey has passed Legend, I should say, somewhere. And well, fair play indeed. I didn't see that, or did I? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I think he passed him into turn 3. But there we go then. Heading through now then into the final part of the lap. Then here comes the race leader then. Cam has been formidable here in Baku then. He cruises down the main straight then for the final time then. He is going to win here in Baku then, and what a victory indeed then for Cam then. 2 on the bounce there for the Racing Bull driver then. What a fantastic result indeed then for Cam then. Fantastic stuff indeed, and what a race from Cam as well then here tonight then in Baku of all places. And it's a treacherous circuit, but it didn't cause any problems for Cam at all. Well done indeed then. Kieran then finishes P2. A brilliant result then as well then for Kieran then in the kick Sauber then, recovering then in this race early on as well then. Tori in P3, a fantastic podium for the Williams driver, then rounds off the podium places then here in Baku. Well done indeed then for Tori as well then. Marsky with a career best P4 then, and he does get Lewis Riley to the line then by 79 thousandths of a second. Fantastic from Marsky as well there. Lewis then does get P5, Equaz P6, Markey in P7, a good recovery from him then. Legend in P8, then Reflection P9, Hungry Styles in P10, Vessia then in P11, and I didn't see the rest of the order there as well then. But well done indeed then to everybody who got themselves to the finish line. Wow. Well, he says it was in the pants, that's mushroom, but he got himself a load of points, so that's pretty good. There are the celebrations then for the for the podium drivers, as we will of course get some interviews underway then, and there we go then, as there they are then spraying the champagne then with a fantastic result there as well then. We will wait and see then when I can get the people into the interview party for a quick chat indeed. But well done indeed then to everybody who got themselves to the finish line tonight there as well then. There we go as well then. What a race then indeed. Then there is the classifications then. I just need to get a quick screenshot of this if I can, because otherwise we don't know how to do the results. And there we go. So that is that then for the we'll have to sort out the fastest lap as well, because unfortunately Srivatsa did not finish the Grand Prix, so it will go to Cam as well, I think, actually. But fair play indeed, then. That is a great stuff indeed. Then I will get some interviews underway if I can add them in. Let me just get them added in. Cam. How do I invite to party? Oh, this is ridiculous. What am I doing? Right, bear with me one sec, guys. I will get there eventually if my PlayStation will let me. Ah, dearie me. Right, Cam, where are you? Cam, let me search. Come on. Sorry about this. Cam. There we go. We got one. Right, let's invite Kieran as well. And Tori. Oh, no, my thingy's messing up. Kieran and Tori. At the end of the day, we might as well just not do the interviews at this rate because it's taken me 5 minutes to get the interviews ready. But yes, there we go then. Right then, well done indeed then to all the drivers then. I'll give them a couple of minutes to see if they want to join or not. But sorry, Mushy, for touching you under the safety car, says Styles there as well then. Yeah, so there we go. We'll wait. We'll leave it there. Unfortunately, there we don't have any interviews. Or we do have an interview. We've got Kieran then. P2 then in that race. Did you think that was on the cards then as you got yourself into qualifying?
I think had I not had the illegal blocking penalty, which was interesting, probably not. I thought maybe top 5, but I really don't like the circuit, so I'll happily take second after. Yeah, that was a stressful race.
Did you vote for it?
No.
I
Yeah, I
gonna
did
say.
actually. Yeah, I think I did.
Oh right, okay. Well, you put yourself through the pain then, and you got yourself a fantastic result as well, though. P2 in the end there as well. After all of that, then did you have the strategy locked down, or did you just have to adapt it on the fly? Then with all the safety cars coming out.
I was guessing. I was just guessing. Kind of did what I did last week of just YOLOing, see what happens. If it goes well, it goes well. If not, it didn't, and it worked off, I'd say. Quite
And
happy.
it worked out as well then because you extended your lead in the championship as well over your two closest rivals, that is, with Vessia and Equaz finishing behind you, of course. What's it looking like then for the last 7 races of the season?
Hopefully gonna keep it up. What's the next circuit?
No idea, to be honest, but yeah.
I know China's coming up, and I'm not a fan of
Well, it
that.
might
Again,
be Bahrain. It might be Australia, actually, because, of course, it'll be the start of the F1 season. So, yeah, it'll be Australia
oh,
next week because it'll be the 8th of March.
I quite like Australia, so should be okay with that.
Good stuff indeed. Well, we'll hopefully see you back for some more interviews then. So well done indeed then for P2 tonight then, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Cam, you joined us? No.
Oh, well,
Oh, he did. He's here. Good stuff.
yeah.
Cam, then, wait, I was saying in the commentary then, you pretty much had a fantastic, comfortable drive then, apart from having to do 2 safety car restarts. What was your race like?
The race itself, I want to say boring, but honestly, it was one of the most challenging races I've had. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's a game glitch or if anyone else had it, but my controller effectively just lost all vibration every 3 laps. So every 3 laps on the main straight, I'd have to like hold the PS button, go back to home, and restart the controller.
Oh,
So every like 2.5 laps, the middle sector was without any vibration. It was really difficult.
well, you mastered all of that then. It was like racing
Yeah.
with some sort of technical fault, and you have to deal with it whilst you're going through the Grand Prix. But to do it at this Grand Prix as well, then is a pretty good feat then, and a race win then under your belt, then back-to-back wins as well after last week too. What's your thoughts then for the championship? Then can you get yourself back in the mix then?
Thing is, if I was, well, I'm going away not next weekend, week after, but I'm missing China. If I wasn't missing China, I'd fancy my chances, but unless something magical happens and someone DNFs like big, like Kieran or Sylvan or Equaz in China, then it's not going to be possible for the title. But I mean, I'll just pick up the wins where I can.
Great stuff indeed, and again, well done indeed tonight then for a fantastic win
Cheers.
here in Baku of all places as well. And you never know, Kieran might have heard that and decided just to crash out next race.
I
you don't have
plan
to do
to.
that. But no, well done indeed to yourself, Cam, then for a fantastic race win then. That's that for podium interviews. Then we'll be back then in action in a week's time in Australia. Then when the Formula One gets going live as well. Then so stay tuned for that. Then that'll be interesting stuff indeed. And then of course tomorrow night then we've got gold action in Belgium. Then same for silver then on Tuesday night then, and of course bronze on Wednesday as well. Then so stay tuned to ALR. There's plenty more action coming up then, and we'll see you soon.